100,000 watts full throttle, baby, ready to blow. We passing Coco to Jupiter, we got your attention. You can tune in anywhere, but listen at your discretion. To the legend, Mr. Hotman can't stop him, each of the deuce. My brother got his own hot burger at Tucker Deuce. Now my rush more of these sports, spitting the truth. It's Channing Crowder, greatest Dolphins, who rock the 52. Solana, one best of Miami, the voice of FIU. We reppin' to Miami, the Heat and the Panthers too. We reppin' for the Marlins, the Dolphins, that's how we do. We reppin' for the Crips, so it's always about the you. Hey Jimmy, please. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. A Victory Monday. Crowder's got his victory colorful streamer thing.
Call it a twizzle wiggle.
Twizzle wiggle. I got a nice little gift bag from Hard Rock, and that was part of it. And I said, hey, give this to Ava. He's like,
she's 12.
But I thought, like, oh, girls like little, like a pom-pom type thing. He's like, how about I give it to Chaz? Like, he's 3. Like, this will be better for him.
The guy that thinks his 22-year-old son wants to hang out with him on a Friday night. The same guy.
Actually, now that I think about that, let me give that to DJ. He loves those things.
He loves a good twinkle wiggle.
So, Dolphins have won 4 of their last 5. They've won 3 in a row. Mm-hmm. Yesterday's win felt super weird to me.
Weird is the word you said.
It felt weird to me. I was telling Crowder, we were talking coming up to the studios, and I said to him, I'm the guy who's always like, hey, win's a win, and you celebrate a win. Win's a win. This one, I'm having a tough time celebrating. Uh-oh. Breaking his microphone.
I don't know how Leroy sits. Goodness gracious.
he's all
piled up on the table.
This one felt odd to me. I'm having a tough time just saying, hey, celebrate a victory on this one, because New Orleans is a bad team. And there were numerous mistakes that the Dolphins made. Dolphins were trying their hardest to give that game to New Orleans.
Saints weren't good enough to take it.
And it was crazy. I mean, Devon Achane, absolute monster. Minka had a monstrous game. Your guy, Riley Patterson, is money. But, man, they tried.
There's so much pride in that.
But he keeps going, but they still won't kick a long field goal with him.
I told you.
They still won't kick a long field goal
35 in.
with him.
Hey, Jason Sanders. See ya.
I wonder. But
what are you wondering?
But
what are you wondering?
He can't kick a long field goal.
He's kicked one.
Yeah, that's right.
He's kicked one.
That's right. There's been how many games? 12?
Right, but that's not because he can't.
Did you see Nick Folk? Nick Folk hit a 56-yard field goal to win a game.
And he needs Ozempic.
Do you think that Riley Patterson could do that?
Riley Patterson put on a Messi-esque performance in the first half yesterday, had a hattie. And you're worried about Riley Patterson?
No. It's not Messi-esque.
Messi-esque.
He hit 3 free throws. It's not that. It's completely different than that. Anyway, I'm not getting bogged down in that.
He gets you every time.
Joe Shad posted on Twitter, Tua is currently 23rd in the NFL in passer rating, 18th in yards per attempt, 16th in touchdowns, and 1st in interceptions. Mm-hmm. And Joe Shad writes, he has to be better. He knows he has to be better. Problem is, and it took me a while to get here, I think that's about it for him. I kind of think he's toast. Also, terrible week the week prior to have the would you rather have Tua or Bryce Young conversation, because Bryce Young's better than Matt Stafford. Like Bryce Young
throwing 40 on 4th and 2.
Holy mackerel. Yeah, Tua's toast, man.
And the thing that scares me with Tua is we talked about it. Can he not do it physically? He looks different than he did 2 years ago.
He does.
They've given up hope in him. The offense isn't based around him throwing.
Did you see Dan Orlovsky's tweet? Now, I don't know what he meant by this, but I'm going to assume he meant kind of what you're alluding to there. Dan Orlovsky tweeted today, the Miami Dolphins are a dangerous football team right now. They have totally transformed their offensive identity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm assuming, because I thought the offense looked like garbage, aside from Devon Achane. So I'm assuming he's saying, hey, they're a running team. They're going to rely on Achane. Achane is going to motor this team wherever they go. By the way, it doesn't look like he can be stopped. No one seems to be able to stop him.
Monster.
Offensive line's playing well enough that he's got holes. But Dan Orlovsky, to say they're a dangerous football team, that they've transformed their offensive identity, I don't know if it's a transformation more than a realization that what you just said, they don't trust Tua to do anything anymore.
They're not putting a lot on him, only 23 attempts. But this is the stat that killed me. He had 23 chances to throw the ball. He made that into 157 yards and an interception. Achane touched the ball 22 times, turned it into 134 yards, and damn near 2 touchdowns. Yeah. He's what they have. That's it. Like, if you're Mike McDaniel, who do you want to have the ball more in their hands? Tua or Achane?
Orlovsky noticed something that Mike McDaniel admitted at the podium after the game yesterday. He said, quote, "For the past month, I've seen the most physical football team that I've had since I've been here."
So no longer a finesse team. Now they're a physical team?
The offensive line, as much as we hated on it all season long.
And imagine if Eichenberg was back. I'm just saying.
Has looked as good and as consistent, and now got Austin Jackson back and had a really productive game yesterday, as maybe we've seen in Mike McDaniel's time here. And now, you mentioned 22 touches for Achane. The Dolphins are 5-0 when Achane has 20 or more touches in a game. And since week 8, the Dolphins are averaging 151 rushing yards per game. That's third most in the NFL in that span. They're a rushing football team. The offensive line is cohesive.
I listened to
the
Dolphins post-game show. It wasn't ours. It was Jermon Bushrod and who's the
Travis Wingfield.
Wingfield.
What'd you say?
Wingo.
Trey Wingo. I have a tweet from Trey Wingo that I wanted to read. That's so funny that you say that.
That's my man.
And I think it was Jermon Bushrod who said, hey, when's the last time you've heard Jonah Savaiinaya's name? Like, that tells you something. So maybe to what McDaniel is alluding to and what Dan Orlovsky is saying and what we're seeing with our own eyes with Devon Achane. Like, I mean, Chris Myers on the call yesterday? Like, they couldn't believe. I mean, it was 8, 9, 10 yards at a clip with that guy.
Can you not tell me? I knew he was a mauler. Savaiinaya, whatever. I knew. You can look at maulers. Short arms, big, thick necks. You know, Samoans are a lot of maulers. Let's be honest. He doesn't need to kick back 40 times a game. He has to grab somebody. It makes perfect sense now. He's thriving in a run-first offense, and he was the worst guard in football in the throw-first offense. But Achane's a monster. I was pissed when they started giving Ollie Gordon the ball. I said, for what?
God. Was there a 4th down play? Was it Ollie Gordon or Jalen Wright that they gave?
Jalen Wright.
I mean,
for what?
What? Why do people try to outsmart themselves when something is working so flawlessly? I was livid.
And I like Ollie. Wright can play too, but
Devon Achane, you put the ball in his hands, you can't stop him. He finds daylight.
Top 5 running back in the world right now.
I mean,
let's trick him with Jalen Wright.
Thank God they didn't give him up at the trade deadline. Now you got to think about giving him a massive contract.
Oh, he's about to get paid.
I mean, you really have to think about it. Whether you think you're going to be garbage or not, you've got to think about giving that guy a contract.
He doesn't want to go to the playoffs. Let's get to the offseason.
Chris Greer's sleeping like a baby because he doesn't have to worry about, do I give this guy a massive contract if we're going to be a middle-of-the-road team?
Chris Greer drafted Achane. He brought back Minka. Come on now.
How about they got rid of Chris Greer? They've gone on a 3-game winning streak.
Oh, again. You know what? That game yesterday was a tortoise fighting a sloth.
Whew, it was bad.
That was a boring
it was
game.
Boring.
I thought the Commanders game was bad. That was terrible.
Dolphins with 1,000 rushing yards in the first 12 games of a season. You ready for this list? Because when you really start looking at the numbers, maybe Devon Achane, I've been against this. I'm wrong, clearly. Maybe he's worth the big contract next year.
He's the guy. The way you would look at Tyreek Hill and go, you know what? If you have him on your offense, you're going to be a potent offense. Achan's the guy. Achan, you look at him and you go, hey, you've got Achan, you're set.
Larry Zonka, Delvin Williams, Ricky Williams, Devon Achan.
Yeah, not bad company. I don't know who Delvin Williams
Me
is.
neither.
Big Del.
Big Del.
Big Del.
His 112 rushing yards per game over the past 5 games ranks 3rd most in the league. He's also averaging the 5th most yards before first contact per rush. That goes back to offensive lines playing well, but Crowder, he's putting up these numbers when everybody in the league knows, let Tua throw.
Sure.
Like, stop the run,
Right.
and he's putting up those numbers. That's why I'm saying, damn, like maybe you consider paying him. The problem is, I don't know how it's going to work with Tua's contract and everything else. Like, we'll get there at some point.
Tell Tua to take a discount.
I was going to say, don't talk about Tua when you talk about Achan.
You get into a room with Tua, he cannot leave till he agrees to restructure.
So, did you watch yourself, Tua? No, we talked about.
I want a Suge Knight Vanilla Ice situation. Them restructuring that contract.
Sit him down, lock the door.
Yeah, I want to see Tua hanging off the side of a building by his ankles, the way Vanilla Ice allegedly was by Suge Knight and his crew when they had him sign over all the rights to Ice Ice Baby, allegedly.
Well, oh yeah, the Colts right now are struggling because everybody's doing the same thing. Stop Jonathan Taylor. Daniel Jones won't beat us.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing that to the Dolphins. There's no way a team walks in saying Achan's going to beat us. They try to stop him. Tua can't beat you, obviously. Achan's still going for 100 yards a game with everyone staring. There's times like in game, I tell you, when you play a Randy Moss or those guys, Adrian Peterson, LaDainian Tomlinson, you just stare at him. Okay, let him beat us. You're not going to let that guy beat you. Achan is that for the Dolphins right now. This week, they're staring at him. Last week, 2 weeks ago, they're staring at Achan every single play, and he's still going off. He's special.
Hurricanes handled their business at Pitt. They are going to get burned by the College Football Playoff Committee. We're going to talk about it today. John Michaels is going to join us. Mike Cunio is going to join us. I cannot figure out, I don't want to get into it now because I want to get to headlines, but I cannot figure out for the life of me how you can give the nod to a team that has the same number of losses and you've beaten them head to head. I can't understand just based on the eye test how you can't look at Miami and say, that's one of the 12 best college football teams in the nation, and they belong in the playoffs. I can't fathom it. We're going to talk about it with John Michaels. He's fire hot.
He should be.
Fire hot.
Better be fire hot at Mario Cristobal.
Sports. Well, I don't know.
You got to be, I was going to say Mr. Ball. Maybe we could just give him a little nickname.
I don't know, because I've thought about this. You have 10 wins, 2 losses. What more can you ask for? And I know what you're going to say. Don't lose to SMU. Don't lose to Louisville.
Not even that. For him to put his neck on the throat of teams and worry about style points I am going
to read you some stats of their point differential this season that are going to blow you away. So I'm telling you, what you're going to see is a very worthy Miami Hurricanes football team get completely burned by a BS system.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, I believe they're one of the best 12 teams in the nation.
There's no question.
And that's what the committee's supposed to be for.
ACC. They're the best team in the ACC by a mile.
Mm-hmm. They would beat Virginia and Duke
by a mile.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, we'll get it. Now I'm going to get fired hot.
No, but what's going to end up happening is period, end of story, because by every metric, you're going to read the numbers later. The Canes are as deserving as any other team in the nation outside of Ohio State or whatever. The committee's going to tell you we value better losses than better wins.
Yep.
And
which
that
is insanity. It's insanity. We value
of loss.
We value you losing to SMU and Louisville more than we value you beating Notre Dame and Florida and Florida State.
Miami is a good loss for Notre Dame, but Miami doesn't have good losses in their mind. Even though they play head to head, well, they have better losses than you have better losses. And what are we doing?
What are we doing? We are twisting ourselves into pretzels to get Notre Dame in the playoffs and keep Miami out of it.
Why schedule? Y'all make fun of Florida for scheduling cupcakes. Why would I want to play Notre Dame early in the season if it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. It literally can only hurt you.
Bring on the Kennesaw State.
That's what you have to do. You want to play a good team? You got to wait till the end of the season. It's the only time that it would matter. Anyway, Sports Talk on QAM is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. John Michaels is going to join us this hour in the next segment. Mike Cunio is going to join us today in the 4 o'clock hour. He was obviously there at Hard Rock yesterday. Headlines brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, their lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
The Dolphins open as favorites on the road against the Jets, who won yesterday because of Nick Fat and his big-time field goal.
Hey, man, I don't care what he looks like. 56?
56.
That's a monster.
56.
Play of the game, we should mention, Minkah Fitzpatrick, his pick 2, and
great.
He's been balling.
Yep. He did. His game yesterday was,
yeah.
I mean, that was Minkah. I heard, is this true? That was his first sack in his career?
Ever.
That was his first sack
really
in his career.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
He must not be blitzing that much.
No, they don't use him that way.
Beast,
That's crazy.
That's what he said in Pittsburgh. He never blitzed, and he had 1 sack in Pittsburgh, but it got called back for like unnecessary roughness or something. So that was his first career NFL sack.
That's what happened to me. Why y'all laughing? Says it's fine.
Yeah, you're right.
They were holding me back, man.
Yeah, now that you say
Damn you.
Well, technically, you have more sacks than Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, you're 1.5, right?
It's Mike Nolan. What are you doing?
The Hurricanes, of course, are, as Hoch mentioned, blowout Pitt. They finished 10-2. They're ranked 13th in the AP poll that came out yesterday. I don't know how anybody feels about that, but that's where things stand.
Does it hurt more than one away?
I'm
I'd rather be 28.
Again, I'm just annoyed by the whole thing because it really shouldn't even be this debate where you I mean, if you're doing who are the 12 best teams with some caveats, the conference champion, this and that, but the fact that they are far and away the best team in the ACC and certainly one of the best 12 teams in college football and have beaten head to head one of the teams that's going to go in with the same record. It's maddening.
And I heard too, I was watching because I'm a closet Canes fan when the Gators are terrible. That whole, like you said, the Gators weren't. We didn't know the Gators were terrible when you played them. So teams that were ranked when you played them, they're not going off Florida State was supposed to be good. They're going off Florida State's terrible now.
Right. No, I get it. But they're not taking into account rivalry game. Anything can happen. Like for me, you beat Notre Dame, Florida, and Florida State on your schedule, and you're the University of Miami. Like those are good wins.
Oh, I'm not rationalizing it. I've just listened to so much of this because the Miami Hurricanes are the number one team talked about that are going to get screwed by this college football playoff.
Yep.
The committee thing is upsetting me, and that's what upset a lot of people. It's supposed to be humans. AD sitting in a room and talking this out. That's the frustrating part.
How about the garbage of, well, if they're not in the same tier of 3, you can't look at them. And it's like, what, I can't? What do you mean I can't? I'm looking at the entire list.
Y'all should be smarter.
Wait till Alabama loses the title game, BYU loses the title game, and they still don't put the Canes in.
Correct.
Like that's what's going to get crazy. You think John Michaels is mad now? Wait till Bama and BYU lose, and they're still in over Miami.
Bama's getting in, fellas.
Oh, there's no chance they're not getting in.
So make sure y'all know that.
By the way, I meant Miami's 12 in the AP poll. They're 13 in the coaches poll, but nobody cares about the stupid coaches poll. Inter Miami wins.
Speaking of stupid coaches, I want to talk about Lane Kiffin today, too.
Yeah.
My man.
That was a fun weekend.
It was wild.
It was fun.
Man. It was
for
wild.
Us.
I feel so bad for these Ole Miss players and fans. There's a tweet. We got to get, because John Michael's coming up. There was a tweet from Steve Kornacki from NBC, and he does politics, but he also does sports last couple of years. He coaches in the best conference in the country and has led his team to an 11-1 record. A playoff berth is assured. A good seed and a home game await. Now, finally, he can pursue his goal of winning a national title by lining up a new job with a conference rival. And that to me, like you read that and you go, you're right. Like, what are you in it for in the SEC
Mm-hmm.
You're in it to win the SEC or to make the college football playoffs and maybe win a national title. And so now you're there on the doorstep. You created it, and you're going to leave. And I'm keeping the money aside.
Yeah,
I think the NCAA has a major problem with no rules governing this particular kind of situation at the end of a season.
Mm-hmm.
Players can't move right now to a conference rival. They can choose to sit out, but they can't all of a sudden declare they're going to a conference rival the next season. And I think he looks terrible in this, while acknowledging that anyone would move for more money.
More money, and it's honestly a better job.
It's a better job, but you create
you built that house.
Have you no pride in what you created?
There you go. The pride, pride.
It's Lane Kiffin,
it's like
right.
They've won.
Right.
They have
forever an FAU owl in my mind.
Ole Miss is not going to win the national championship this year. Next year, there's a better chance to win of LSU or Ole Miss. That's what he looks at, and I'm with you. It's crazy. I hate it for the kids, but he did pull out the God card, which now you can't be mad at him.
Such BS. Like that, I mean.
You can't. How you gonna argue with God?
Because it wasn't him. It was so stupid. I was so angry at that opening line. I was so angry. You know, this guy, I am sure, preaches to his players every day. Be true to yourself. Be who you are. I prayed with Jesus for a long time over this. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he told you to leave those kids in the dust? That's what Jesus told you? Jesus told you to get up and hit it?
It's the Trump card.
Jesus said, you know what? Get on that private jet and take as many people with you as will fit. Like,
I was God, man. Jesus told him.
God thought he was talking to Noah about the ark.
He said,
no idea it was about Lane Kiffin going to LSU.
He told him get 2 tigers.
Golly.
When he pulled out the religion, boy, I fell out my
God,
couch.
have you no shame? Have you no shame, Lane Kiffin?
Me God.
I prayed long and hard about this. Oh, you did you?
Jesus was on the main line.
Inter Miami's going to play in the MLS Cup final. They beat New York City FC. The Heat play tonight. They get the Clippers, final game of a 4-game homestand.
We this week are going to talk MLS Cup final and Leo Messi. Like, we're going to get into it. I'm excited about it.
Let's go, baby. We're talking footy. Can't wait.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Your weather, it's sponsored by ChillZone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems. Visit chillzoneac.com. Cloudy in South Florida. Tonight will be in the upper 70s.
Somebody puts on the chat, he wanted to finish the season. Ole Miss wouldn't let him. Yeah, how would you let him stay there? He's going to spend this month recruiting against you and preparing to coach against you. How the hell would Ole Miss let him stay in that building? It's the dumbest thing. Yeah, of course he wanted to. He also wanted to collect paychecks from 7 schools. If they would, of course he wanted to. No one in their right mind would allow their competitor to stay in their building and poach any remaining staff that they have left and players.
I was going to say, Hawk, there will be a plane waiting after they're eliminated from college football.
Ridiculous. Ole Miss wouldn't let them.
What's the Trinidad, the quarterback, his boy?
Right?
There's been a conversation, huh?
Of course. And if there wasn't, there'd be one over the next 30 days while he's in the building. All right, John Michael is going to join us in the next segment.
Don't go another day living with chronic pain, because South Florida's QC Kinetic doctors are standing by to show you how your own body can treat that pain, and you don't need drugs or surgery. It is called regenerative medicine, and QC Kinetics is at the forefront of this nationwide innovative chronic pain relieving treatment system. It worked for me. It'll work for you. They're expanding now. They just got a new office on 17th Street in Fort Lauderdale. It works. When I broke my heels, there were people trying to put me in a wheelchair for months, put casts on both my feet. I got PRP shots. I got the healing red lasers. I was back on top, running around with Chaz, basketball day, working out with Lil Chan. I'm telling you, not just me. Now, thousands and thousands of people have been helped, and it's time for you to find out that you have other options. Doctors will give you scripts. Surgeons go to school to do surgeries. Look into regenerative medicine and call QC Kinetics today. Don't replace it. Regenerate it. 844-77-REGEN. That's 844-777-3436. Tell them I sent you down there, and you'll receive a free consultation and $500 off your first treatment. Don't replace it. Regenerate it. Give QC Kinetics a call today. 844-77-REGEN. That's 844-777-3436.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You have Tua, you can make Tua Tartar.
Before we get to John Michaels, the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival returns to Daytona International Speedway May 7th through the 10th, featuring Guns N' Roses, Foo Fighters, My Chemical Romance, Godsmack, and more. And we've got a chance for you to win a pass for all 4 days. Incredible lineup. It's an incredible festival. Text the word. The code word today is ROCK, R-O-C-K. Text the word ROCK to 20357. That's 20357. If you want more info, you can go to WQAM.com. Tickets are also available at welcometorockville.com. It is a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Do not text and drive. And before we talk football, I remind you the best place to get geared up with Canes merch, Dolphins merch, Caneswear in Davie, or online at caneswear.com. By the way, today is Cyber Monday, so go to caneswear.com, the best online deals of the year. John Michaels is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He hosts mornings on 680 The Fan in Atlanta. You hear him nationally on ESPN Radio. He is, in my humble opinion, the biggest Canes fan in all of media, and so he's probably the way I've gotten myself riled up a number of times already today. I'm imagining we're going to get the same from John here. Do the Miami Hurricanes belong in the college football playoffs?
Is the ocean wet? I mean, does a one-legged duck swim in circles? Does a bear poop in the woods? You're damn right we belong in the playoffs. So what I'm hoping, and you know what, Dan Radakovich, you're my dude. Our new athletic, or not our new, but our athletic director down at Miami, because he's fighting the good fight. I know we've had previous athletic directors. Thank God he's up at Boston College. Blake James, that would have cowered in a corner and be like, whatever you guys want, just keep us out. We don't care. Dan Radakovich is fighting, and he's putting out truths, and he's putting out facts. So what people love to pick and choose throughout this whole process was where the strength of schedule was in week 8 or where it was in week 10, not remembering that Notre Dame had to play two awful teams at the end of the year in Syracuse and Stanford, who Miami had already played, and now drags their strength of schedule to where I think Notre Dame's at 42, Miami's at 44. The strength of records, like Notre Dame's at 13, Miami's at 14. The FPI, if you want to use that, ESPN has Notre Dame at 3, Miami at 7. Point being, those are right like this. They're close as you can be. What does that mean? Now you go to the number one metric in any sport to differentiate teams with the same record, and that's what happened on the damn field. Miami kicked their ass up and down the field. I was sitting there, row 6, section 106, seats 1 and 2, watching us physically beat up Notre Dame. Unless they had a draft and they were able to go get new offensive linemen to block Reuben Bain and Justin Scott and Akeem Mesidor, guess what? You still can't block any of those dudes, and Miami needs to be in the postseason. I'm telling you, Sunday at noon, if they leave us out of these playoffs, the piss and vinegar that's going to be coming out of me is going to be second to none. And you've heard me riled up a lot of times on this show.
And John, the love for Notre Dame, I kind of understand it. It's the lore of Notre Dame. That's what people want. And even Alabama, like they've won multiple. Nick Saban put them back on the map. Is it a lack of lore with UM? I'm saying we now, not because I'm bandwagon, but I think I'm doing what's right. I think UM is getting messed over bad in this whole thing. But why are the people that aren't Canes fans, why are they not giving the same respect to UM that like they are at Notre Dame?
I wish I could answer that question. I saw Heather Dinich. Somebody found an old video of her from week 1 where they asked her point blank, would the head-to-head game between Miami and Notre Dame matters? And unequivocally, Heather Dinich said, yes, it would matter. It's one of the metrics. Head-to-head has to matter. And the last 4 weeks, she's just pooped all over the fact, well, it was week 1 and Notre Dame had a new quarterback and they had to break in this and had to. It's mind-blowing, Channing, that people that are supposed to be really smart football minds lose their damn mind when it comes to talking about Miami and the college football playoffs. Do you think right now Oklahoma is better than Alabama?
Ooh, yes.
Okay. And you would say so because why? They just beat Alabama a couple of weeks ago on a field, on a game in which they were outgained by over 200 yards, yet they picked off Alabama and caused them to turn it over. But the answer is yes, because on the field they won. Guess who's ranked above a who in the college football playoff ranking? It's Oklahoma over Alabama. Do you think Georgia's better than Ole Miss? Of course you do. Georgia beat Ole Miss. You know who's ranked above? Georgia's ahead of Ole Miss. Yet for some reason, I think it was 7 times over the last year, teams that had the same amount of losses and competed head to head, the team that won was ranked higher in every single case except Miami and Notre Dame. And I know you get drawn in, oh, Notre Dame's won 10 in a row. Really dissect who they've beaten over these 10 games. They beat Boston College, who I think has 1 win. Syracuse, who was starting lacrosse players at the end of the year. They beat Stanford. They beat Arkansas, who fired a coach. Like, their only solid wins are USC, good win, and Pitt. Miami beat Pitt by more than Notre Dame did in the cold and 30 degrees in a game that we're all supposed to lose. Everything says Miami should be in, except the old geezers they put in this damn playoff committee who are going to, well, golly gee, we got to get the Fighting Irish in there. We're going to get Newt Rockney and the Four Horsemen. Kiss my rear end with that. It's ridiculous. They need people with balls on this committee to challenge idiots that are sitting in the committee right now.
John, how do you propose to change this from ever happening again? I don't know where to start because I'm upset with the ACC. Credit to them for campaigning for Miami. Like, they're posting the graphics and like, credit to them for that. But I think they're kind of at fault here as well, because I'm looking at Duke with 5 losses in the ACC championship game because ACC is like, we want more money. They expand and it screws their entire format. And, Miami, credit to them for scheduling Florida, for scheduling Notre Dame. But maybe they don't anymore. Maybe they play Bethune, FAMU, and FIU every single year, because why not if it means they have a better chance at getting to the college football playoff?
It's ridiculous because, Solana, you did exactly what you're supposed to do. And I know Texas, Sarkis, I shouldn't have scheduled Ohio State. No, you shouldn't have lost to 8-loss Florida. Sorry, Channing. I wasn't going to take a Florida shot, but I had to. You lose 8-loss Florida, you need to be out of the playoff.
It's fair.
You need to be there. How do you fix it, Solana? I don't know. That it's the hardest thing to say. I don't know. Number one, the ACC, I would bet every dime that I have that the day the college football playoffs come to an end, Jim Phillips, making $2 million or $3 million a year, comes out and goes, well, we're going to change our tiebreakers and we're going to get rid of common conference opponents or conference opponents. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Duke got in because they didn't play Florida State, who drug our conference schedule down. They didn't play Boston College or Syracuse, I don't believe. But they also, of the 5 teams that were tied, went 0-2 against the other 5 teams that they were tied against. It should have simply been, okay, here's like 3 tiebreakers, and then we're going to do just college football playoff ranking, and it would be Miami and Virginia, and then guess what? The committee would be off the hook. The second part is actually go by the laws that you lay down. If you pull up any document, it lays out the criteria for the playoff committee. Head-to-head, common opponents. Then it gets into all the minutia that everybody's bringing up. The problem is they navigate their narration week by week on what they want to have happen. Get rid of the AP poll. You know why? Tennessee and Missouri should never have been ranked all year. Yet, you know who gets propped up for beating Tennessee and Missouri as ranked teams? Anybody in the SEC. Tennessee beat as many FBS teams with a winning record as the 5 of us have beaten. Like, literally, that's where it's at. But because there's a beginning bias that carries through the season, now you go, well, Miami's got all these bad losses. They lost to 2 teams that went 8-4, yet Alabama beats Tennessee. They go, they got a ranked win against 8-4 Tennessee. Like, how stupid does all of this sound?
It sounds ridiculous. And the Tennessee thing is maddening. Like, it is maddening that they've been ranked all season. Like,
Missouri's
honestly.
the same way, Hoch. Missouri is the exact same way.
But let me ask you this. You said at the beginning, if Sunday at noon rolls around and I find out such and such, are you holding out hope that this pressure campaign could somehow work on the committee?
I've got a couple of different pieces of hope. One, I think there's been a groundswell. Greg McElroy, Eric McLean at ACC Network, obviously the ACC itself, Dan Radakovich, Booger McFarland. There's been a lot of talking heads that are now going, wait a second. They both finished 10-2. It's time to really evaluate this head-to-head game and make it matter. So I do have hope that maybe that talk bullies the committee into doing something that should have been done weeks ago. My second part of hope, and I'm going to disagree about Alabama getting in, and I'm going to give you a little factual information. Last year, they said nobody's going to drop out. Well, that's because your games were, I think it was Oregon and Penn State, who were both calmly in the top 5. They weren't falling out. It was Georgia and Texas, who were both top 6 teams. Neither one of them were falling out. It was Clemson and SMU. Remember, SMU was ranked 8th. Clemson was out of there. They said basically they weren't going to drop SMU from 8 to 13. Alabama's number 10. BYU is currently number 11. Miami sits at number 12. And I don't want to hear that data point doesn't matter, because if that's the case, get rid of the conference championships games altogether. Stop having to be a bunny grab. If Alabama loses for their third loss, also with a common opponent, which is one of the criteria in the college football playoff with Miami, they lost by 14 to Florida State. We beat them by 6. If they have a third loss, they're out. If BYU, who has got no love at 11-1, loses to Texas Tech again, they're out. So I do have a little bit of hope that something happens. And my last piece of hope, and I hope this happens for Jim Phillips, just because he's a weasel commissioner that does nothing right, I want Duke to win. Because then the committee may put 2 group of 5 teams in, and I think at that point they look around and go, we can't have a college football playoff without an ACC representative. They're not going to put Duke in at 8-5. Maybe then they give Miami some love. So there is hope. Maybe I'm an optimist at this point. Maybe a Mario Cristobal standing there on the field at Pittsburgh going, the field test should matter. And my guy, Coach Stephen Field, sending out the field test should matter. Maybe somebody actually with common sense looks and says the field test should matter.
I got to push back you ACC guys on this SEC, because I'm going to wave my blue and yellow flag here a little bit. Okay, John?
Mm-hmm.
So the Missouris and the Tennessees are getting whooped by real good teams. I'm with you. Missouri and Tennessee aren't good, but they're playing with Alabama. They're playing with Florida. Florida's playing with Texas, and now Texas is supposed to be this big thing. Florida beat Texas. So we're kind of cannibalizing each other. Well, there's the ACC, there's vegetarians. There's nobody to eat each other.
Well, we whooped Florida. And we physically beat the hell out of Florida, who beat Texas. So Texas leaves them out.
It's not a shot at UM, John. I guess the ACC is so weak that the disrespect is always going to be there.
See, and I don't think it is. Georgia Tech, who has no defense, holds Georgia to 16 points over the weekend. No defense. Pitt and NC State went up and down the field like they were playing 7-on-7 flag football against Georgia Tech. Yet Georgia Tech holds a team that I think is a national title contender to 16 points. Miami beats Florida, who beats Texas. Miami whoops Florida State, who whoops Alabama. So when you want to do that compare and contrast, I don't disagree. I think there is a hierarchy. I think Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas A&M are up here. I think Alabama is on par with Miami and some other teams. And the rest of the SEC, to me, lives off name recognition and name recognition. I like Diego Pavia. I love his mom. I think his mom's got some swag. So I'm okay with that. If she wants to twerk on a pole, go for it. I have no problem with that. You're cheering for your son. But I think the SEC gets propped up by name recognition. Tennessee and Missouri are the biggest case studies. If they had Mountain West or Big 12 patches, nobody would think about them being ranked.
Real quick, 60 seconds, John, because we're up against a break here. Your take on Lane Kiffin and what transpired.
Well, he's a narcissistic jerk. He always has been, and he always will be. Here's my equation to what he did this weekend, and I thought it was so selfish. He was basically a husband that told his wife, I'm leaving you at the end of the year for the hot girl down the street, but I want to stay for the holidays to hang out with you and the kids. But then at the end of the holidays, I'm going to take the car, the bank account, and the kids, and we're going to move them in with her. It was a jerk move. He could have simply sat down in front of his team a week ago. He knew. I heard you guys talk about, he didn't have a talk with God. He had a talk with $90 million. Get the hell out of here.
Unless his accountant's name is God.
Oh, he meant Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did that read Jesus on the thing? I was talking about my CPA, Jesus.
Look, he could have simply sat down a week ago and been a man and told his kids, what I want is I'm going to leave for LSU. I'd like to coach to the end, but they're probably not going to let me. Why would Ole Miss ever let him coach? That's the dumbest thing ever. And all the national media guys, again, I go back to, aren't you smarter than this? Why would Ole Miss say, sure, that's one of our biggest rivals. Come and recruit all our players and half of our offensive staff and take them on with us. By the way,
we'll buy your lunch and dinner every night per diem. I mean,
yeah.
So stupid.
It's dumb.
Yeah. He is who he is.
Take how it happened. He's in a better situation, though.
No doubt. LSU is a better job. I've said that openly 100 times. LSU is a better – you can win a national title at LSU. This year was the ceiling at Ole Miss. You're never winning a title at Ole Miss.
Sometimes you just got to see it out, though. I mean, you're going to have other opportunities. He's going to have other opportunities. I don't think it's been his lifelong dream to coach at LSU.
It's the second best job in the country, though, Hawk. Like, I mean, top 3 job in the country.
LSU?
Yes.
The second best college football coaching job in the country?
Maybe the
sure.
third best.
No.
Top 3 easily.
No.
I'd say top 5, but not top 3.
Wow.
Ohio State's number 1. Georgia's there. Texas is there. Then all of a sudden you put LSU.
LSU has to compete with nobody in their own state for recruits. There's no other school in the country. Look at the coaching staff across all their sports.
You're okay. You're doing it a different way than I'm doing it.
I'm
talking
they're paying.
About, yeah. No, that I mean, we're arguing. We're splitting hairs here because it's a great job.
5.
I'm just saying, at some point, sometimes in your life, he's not starving for money.
Right.
He's not starving for success. See this particular thing through. Even if it delays your move a year or 2, see this through. You owe that to, and again, I'm not the big you owe anybody anything guy. You owe that. I know what he said to those players to get them there, to get them to buy in. Like, I don't know, just seems real. There should be
got you hot today.
There should be no way that the NCAA allows something like this to happen at this moment in a season. There should be some sort of freeze, some sort of something. Anyway,
I want to be Charlie Baker, who makes like $5 million to sit in his NCAA tower and do nothing.
Nothing.
It's nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Need to fold it. NCAA is worthless.
Crazy. Worthless. John Michaels, follow him on Twitter at John Michaels, the letter U. I'll hold out hope, John.
We're getting in. Have faith.
I will hold out hope. There you go, John Michaels. Get in the holiday spirit because everyone's on the nice list on Hard Rock Bet. Sign up, place a $5 wager. If it wins, you score $150 in bonus bets on top of your winnings. A winning bet and a boosted bankroll, that's a gift worth unwrapping. Touchdowns. Crowder's holding up his little light up pom-pom. Touchdowns win games. They win bets too. Pick your favorite playmaker to reach pay dirt in week 14 on Hard Rock Bet. Maybe Devon Achane. I don't know. It doesn't pay a ton, but he's going to be in the end zone. Don't let injuries steal your holiday cheer. Bet the week 14 games with injury insurance. If the player you bet on exits the game in the first half due to injury, you'll get your bet back as a bonus bet. And maybe you're into the college game a little bit more. It's not just the holiday season. It's conference championship season too. Join Hard Rock Bet today. Bet $5. Again, if it hits, you'll take home $150 in bonus bets on top of your winnings. Step in the cage. Bet on the biggest names in MMA with 22% profit boosts for the 323 fights this Saturday. And, of course, refer your friends to the Hard Rock Bet app. You'll both score a bonus bet up to $50. It's up to $50 for you, up to $50 for them. That's how you get the party started on the Hard Rock Bet app. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
It's a chain thing. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, got to have a Suge Knight Vanilla Ice situation with Tua restructuring his contract and get Devon Achane on this team for a very long time.
55 million, drop me.
So I feel like I've been unreasonably angry for the first hour of the show on a Victory Monday. Canes won, Dolphins won.
Double Victory Monday.
Double Victory Monday. I mean,
because the Canes victory didn't move the bar at all.
I think it may have. I'll get to this Dan Radakovich thing that he sent out in a minute, but I will say this. This was, you had mentioned Trey Wingo inexplicably earlier. This is what he posted on Twitter. I'll say it again. The college football coaching cycle is the most lawless, uncontrolled, ridiculous thing in all of sports. Serious question. What does the NCAA actually do? What is their purpose? They stuck their heads so far in the sand when they knew NIL was coming, and they let these schools do whatever the hell they want when it comes to hiring someone. And he's 100% right. Like, there is a governing body that could say there's a blackout date the moment the regular season ends, or if you coach the final game of the regular season, you are unable to negotiate. I mean, the NBA has blackout dates.
The NFL, Hoch, is the perfect example. The NFL has a date where coaches, general managers can move following the season. Period. End of story. And if you're trying to negotiate with anybody who's on a staff, you have to get permission.
Correct. And teams deny permission all the time. And in this instance, Ole Miss would probably say, Lane, we understand if you want to go to LSU. And when bowl season is over, have at it. You can take whoever you want. We're not going to stand in your way. But I mean, to do this right now, maybe at the expense, I don't know, of Ole Miss even getting into the playoffs. I mean, there's talk of, hey, the way they punished FSU is the way you could punish Ole Miss. There is a stipulation that says if a player or a coaching change makes a dramatic change in what's perceived to be the outcome. But again, I was annoyed by that with FSU, because then you're saying what you're witnessing during the season doesn't actually matter. It's what we think might happen now in the postseason. And if that's the case, by the way, look at what the bleeping Canes are doing and tell me that they wouldn't blow out half those teams.
It's obviously it's the same thing. It's an outdated system. Because like you said, the
it's
NIL.
Flawed.
It's flawed, but it's outdated. This didn't happen 10 years ago.
Correct.
Coaches didn't leave. There was no college football playoffs. Guys left before the bowl game. Who gives a damn if you coach in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl
Correct.
or whatever? Like, even the big bowls, the Cheez-It Bowl, obviously, but the big bowls, nobody cared. Okay, you're going to win the bowl or lose the bowl. Okay, who cares? Now it really means something. NCAA is always going to be a step behind, because what are they being judged on, Hawk? You to get upset by him?
Right. They literally, there's nothing you can do.
Solana, the blackout dates. Ooh, we're talking about it. There's nothing they can do. They put their head in the sand and continue to make billions of dollars.
Right.
Why would I put my head out
Why
the
would you?
sand?
I totally agree with it. Why would you?
Because the only people who consistently get hurt in the NCAA are not the millionaires, are not the people at the top. It's the players consistently. The players are the ones.
The players have the ability to move now as well. It's lawless. Like, it's completely lawless. They're trying to change it a little bit. I will say, again, the coaching moves seem to be even a little more lawless, because you can take everyone with you. A player, now maybe you have a wink and a nod with someone else, but a player pretty much is making a decision for him and himself only. A coach really is making a decision probably for 10 players, 18 coaches, 12 support staff. Like, he's going to gut that program. He's going to gut that program. God bless him. If that's what he wants to do, that's fine. I don't begrudge anybody for making more money and getting a higher profile job. I just have an issue with the way and the time in which it's playing out, and the trying to couch it with, well, I wanted to stay there and coach. Yeah. Of course you wanted to stay there.
Would you let your coach, like, I would want somebody to ask Lane that. If your OC or DC took the job at LSU and you're at Ole Miss, would you let him coach out the rest of the season?
He did an interview yesterday with Marty Smith, and he said, I totally understand where Ole Miss is coming from.
You get it. The thing is that the NCAA, they don't want to do anything because they don't have to. You say, what do they do? And I've had this conversation. What do? They extremely regulate the sports that don't matter.
Right.
Swimming,
right.
volleyball. They
Right.
have rules on those, but nobody wants to leave USC to go to UCLA in the middle of the season in volleyball. They don't want to upset the moneymakers. The NCAA makes money on football and basketball. Why would I piss off LSU or Ole Miss?
I get it.
Why would I want to upset the SEC? Why would I want to upset the SEC?
I totally get it.
Keep them happy. We keep our check coming. We shut the hell up and sit down somewhere.
I do get it. 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored is brought to you by the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Wow, we're already in December. Get offers on select models for a limited time. Learn more at Lexus.com. We're in December, which means hurricane season is over. Not one hurricane touched the U.S. How about that?
We're going on about 7 years, right?
No.
Miami or South Florida?
Miami.
Oh, Miami. Yeah. I was talking about the entire state of
yeah.
Florida. No.
Yeah,
last year.
They wrapped around and told Tampa ass up.
But South Florida hasn't been impacted
a minute.
since, I mean, the Keys and Irma and the west coast of Florida, but like Miami, at least where I live, Wilma in 2006 was like the last major hurricane.
Yeah, Wilma pushed a tree on my house in Davie.
Stock up, stock down from dolphinstalk.com. I happen to like this website, and I'm sure it's just a guy that runs it. Stock up, Devon Achan. He writes, as I say, after every game, we can pencil him in this category each week. Another outstanding performance by the best player on this Dolphins team. Stock up, Rasul Douglas. Big interception in the first half, and he played very well in his return to the lineup. I saw something that he's going to be running laps or doing push-ups or something for getting tackled.
He owes the rest of the DB room $2,000 because he didn't take the interception back to the house.
I thought he took a weird angle. I thought if he would have kept to the outside,
could have ran over Tyler Shuck, and instead he tried to come back in towards the lineman. But also, Rasul Douglas, not the fastest DB in the world.
But I mean, flying. I know that.
but I don't even think you needed to fly to get to the end zone there. And stock up, Jordan Brooks once again led the team in tackles. He had a fantastic tackle for loss in the first half. Stock down, Tua Tagovailoa. He was god awful today. He has no mobility in the pocket at all anymore. By the way, there were a couple times where I literally laughed out loud on my couch watching the game because I just think it's so staggering to watch him scramble with air quotes, to watch him do it when you've watched other quarterbacks do it in the NFL or in college even. Like, to watch him do it is kind of staggering. He slid too early once as well, which was super annoying. Like, he got up all celebratory. It was like, what is going on here?
He does it. Let's say stumble, not scramble, Hawk. Let's change this word. He stumbles around pocket.
He did hit the rushing over.
And he falls like the lady on the Life Alert commercial.
He has no mobility in the pocket at all anymore. He threw a horrible INT that hung up in the air forever, making it easy for the defender to pick off. And he just makes too many mistakes. The days of blaming the offensive line or anyone and everything else around him are over. He just isn't good enough. That's according to DolphinsTalk.com. He's also got Mike McDaniel a stock down. His clock management at the end of the first half was atrocious, letting over 50 seconds run off the clock and settling for a field goal. It is painfully obvious McDaniel does not have faith in his quarterback anymore. And in that instance, he showed it to the world. Not to mention, he lost another challenge, which is, what is he, like 4 of 19 or something?
He is the worst at challenges.
Crazy.
He's always late with it.
And it just like,
I don't want to throw it, but I'm going to throw it and be wrong.
Yeah, he's the guy who seems to hit on 18 a lot because he's got a feeling a 3 is coming. Let's do headlines brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
I mean, you want to talk about all-time worst people to sit next to at a blackjack table or poker table?
That guy.
Mike McDaniel.
That guy. Yes. Oh, Crowder and I almost went to blows. Crowder's Mike McDaniel at the blackjack table.
Oh, my God. Hit. That's my card. Actually, it's my card because I said hit, Hawk.
Crowder, you don't want to hit there. You have 19. Is there a rule that says I can't?
It's my money.
It's an unwritten rule, but you're affecting me and the rest of the table. We literally almost came to blows.
You hit on 18?
I think he hit on 20. I think he split face cards.
It was one of those where the dealer had a 3 and I had a 6, and he was like, "Hey, you can just stay here."
The drunker he got, the more loosey goosey he got, and
that would make me hot because he's just the rich, drunk NFL player trolling everybody else at the table now.
Oh, it was awful. And then he's like verbally assaulting the dealer. It was terrible. I had to step in.
Give me the card, damn it. You don't want to do this. Is your money or my money?
Play of the game, Minka, the pick 2. Potential play of the game, or the play of the game that ended up not being the play of the game, was Chris Olave dropping a game-winning touchdown.
In his hands.
That was bad.
Crazy.
In his hands.
What happened to Jack Jones? He just kind of
Jack Jones.
Olave said, "Who?"
We will never forget the punch out.
2 of them.
And the game-sealing interception
yeah.
in Madrid as well.
He's the best defensive back you have. I know Minka had a game.
Well, people were doing this yesterday. I wanted to ask you guys, there's no doubt that the trade Miami won. Now, looking back on it.
Joe Shad tweeted something like that. Like,
through
hey,
week 13, and I have Minka's numbers here, through 12 games, 72 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, his first career sack, 6 passes defended, a forced fumble, and an interception. You look across to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, there's boo birds. They're yelling, "Fire Tomlin."
They're a disaster. I was
game.
telling Crowder during one of the commercial breaks, this is heading towards like an end of season cataclysmic blow up between Tomlin, Rodgers, and everyone else involved, including Jalen Ramsey. Like, he's not a quiet guy. There's going to be fireworks, man.
A-Rod is an FU person. Once he's upset with you, he's just F you, get out of my face forever. Mike Tomlin's the same way. So they're going to talk me hard with something. They're going to be in a room at some point, and they're both going to be at FU level, and it's going to just totally fall apart. And now your team, the other team has got to pick a side. Am I riding with Mike T or am I going Aaron Rodgers? I'm going to tell y'all, 95% are going with Mike T.
Tomlin. I think 99% are going with Tomlin.
So now Rodgers is getting cussed out. It is going to blow up this locker room, and I can't wait.
I don't blame Aaron Rodgers yesterday because he's playing with a broken hand on his left hand. He's playing with a cast. He's getting terrorized in the backfield. Did you guys see at the end of the game? They go for it on 4th and 2 with like 10 minutes left to run up the middle. No chance. Gainwell's brought down like 5 yards behind the line to gain. Aaron Rodgers, they cut to him on the sideline. He was bleeding earlier because he got sacked. His nose is busted.
He's got the hat on.
He's got the hat on. He's just sitting there. It's freezing. You know his bones hurt because he's old as hell. I mean, he's miserable.
He's miserable. He's absolutely miserable. And he thought at the beginning of the season, he's like, hey, see, the Jets were a dumpster fire, and look what we got going on here. And it's just getting worse and worse.
Hand the ball off some, throw on 3rd down every now and again. We'll win 10 games.
December 1st, 2026, Aaron Rodgers will be on a beach somewhere.
Oh, he should be on a beach right now. This season was a mistake. He waited too long. I think who's that guy that he played last week against the Bears? Came in for Rodgers for a couple of snaps.
Mason
Rudolph. He's better than Aaron Rodgers right now. He is. I watched him against the Bears. He's better than Aaron Rodgers right now.
It might get to a point to what we were talking about a second ago where they tell Aaron just don't come back to the facility.
Yeah.
Just week 16, they're out of the playoffs too. There's no reason for this nastiness to be between us. Aaron, retire right now. Just chill.
I think the Dolphins play them in prime time, right?
Monday Night Football after the New York Jets next week.
You could be watching. A lot of people are suggesting on social media, you could be watching Mike Tomlin coaching against his next team. Because if he's tired of Pittsburgh and the Dolphins, Stephen Ross, if he's going to move on from Mike McDaniel, it's not going to be another guy in that style of, hey, we're going to pluck the next great thing. It would be to get an established star, a Harbaugh, that he's tried before. He wanted Tom Brady, obviously an established quarterback. If he thinks he might be able to get his hands on Mike Tomlin, look out below.
Go for it.
Go for it.
We had a damn chance 19 years ago.
Yeah.
He was too hip-hop.
That's right.
Damn dummies.
He's not leaving Pittsburgh, man. What are we doing here?
He's at the end of the road there. I mean, I said that there was earlier in the season, you guys were like, no, there's a coaching hot seat for him. He's run his course there. Legendary coach. Mike Ditka, you don't remember because you were too young, but Mike Ditka was a legendary coach for the Bears, the 85 season, whatever. And then it just kept falling off, and they had to let him go.
Yep.
They haven't had any postseason success.
Andy in Philly. Andy
Right,
Reid was God sent, and he
right.
ran out.
Yeah.
Belichick in New England ran out.
I mean, Tomlin's lasted longer than any of those guys.
Pete Carroll, the Legion of Boom time. Oh, you wanted him? It runs out, Solana.
Right, but had Andy Reid won a Super Bowl with McNabb, it probably wouldn't have run out as quick. And Mike Tomlin,
They won a Super Bowl.
no, the Eagles never won a Super Bowl. They got to a Super Bowl and lost to the New England Patriots.
Was that the T.O. broke leg game?
2004. They never
Donovan
won a
McNabb
Super Bowl.
throwing up in the huddle.
2006 or whatever. But my point is, Hawk, had he had Big Ben for all these years and they're not winning, I get it. Where do they turn? I mean, they literally would have to blow it up.
Yeah. But sometimes you have to reset it. Like they haven't
But
been
you're
able
the
to.
guy that's saying they're close. The Dolphins. The Dolphins are close. The Dolphins are close. Why would you blow it up? You're closer than you would be if you blow it up. The Steelers are close. They're literally a good quarterback. I should say an average quarterback away from at least playoff wins.
I'm just telling you that some guys run their course in certain franchises. It happened with Tannehill here. We've talked about that before. Mike Tomlin, like you're looking at from an outsider. Pittsburgh's tired of him. Steelers fans are tired of him. They just are. Nick Sirianni, Eagles fans were done with him last season.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yep.
I mean, done with him. It happens. Now, again, he resurrected it and is fine. And maybe with a new quarterback, Tomlin would do just fine. But also, Tomlin may be done as well. Like, hey, time for me to go somewhere new. And Miami is an appealing location.
And you have to move the ball. Miami, we haven't won a playoff game in 25 years. That cuts you deep. And Pittsburgh has changed because they were winning championships. They haven't won a playoff game since 2016. This year will be 10 years of them. Their standards are way different than our standards down here.
Right. Well, it's what the Dolphin standards used to be. But you know what? At least they're in the playoffs. They've had above 500 seasons.
Now that's his floor.
But I'm saying, like, that's so hollow. You don't accept that for the Heat, right? Well, at least they make it to the playoff. Like, again, it's just different standards right now. We would love to be in the playoffs. They're not satisfied with getting to the playoffs and going nowhere years and years and years in a row.
I would look at it, if I'm a Steelers fan, I look at it like the Patriots. We're getting rid of Belichick. Who are we going to find? We got to go find the next Mike Vrabel. We got to go find the next young guy that understands this system. And, and there's a lot more to it. He has damn Drake May, but move on and get from okay to competing for championships again.
I'm just saying, since Big Ben, Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett, Mitchell Trubisky, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but those are Tomlin's decisions too. Like, you can't absolve him of that if you're a Steelers fan.
That's true.
There might be 2 or 3 coaches I take over Mike Tomlin right now.
I don't think there's any. In my opinion, that's how I regard Mike Tomlin as.
I mean, Andy Reid, though.
Andy Reid's up there.
Yeah.
And I know him personally. That damn Sean McVay, I love him.
Yeah.
McVay's, because he's young too. And it's what he does with the offense. I love Sean McVay.
You know, I'd like to watch that.
You had it. Till you didn't.
I did have it. It was great.
That's the same crew.
It was great.
McVay, Kevin O'Connell, Mike McDaniel, Raheem Morris, all of them were the Shanahan crew.
And it was working. It was great.
Why didn't we get McVay? Got the little one that mumbles.
Bryce Young took it to McVay yesterday. Maybe we should be doing Tua versus Tyler Shuck. Who would you rather have?
Tell you what, he didn't look bad yesterday either. He got it rolling a little bit.
Numbers were way better.
I might consider that Minnesota quarterback over Tua.
Tonight, Drake May versus Jackson Dart. The Pats are 7.5-point favorite. That's the number 1 overall seed in the AFC, by the way.
Wait, Jackson Dart is back?
Mm-hmm.
He is?
Yep. These athletic white boys are different nowadays, Hawk.
Wow. I thought he was gone for the season.
Jackson Dart?
Yeah.
The quarterback?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, he just had a concussion.
Oh, I didn't
Skibo.
realize that.
This
no, I know he's gone, but I thought they were both done for the season.
Man, it's pumpkin pie season. Pumpkin spice, pumpkin pie.
That's like nature's elixir.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
White guys get rolling this time of year.
You give me that. If I'm feeling low or sluggish, I don't even need the testosterone sometimes. I get a pumpkin spice latte.
What? Almond milk. Man, y'all get going.
Yeah, that's what do they call it? Resurrection juice? in the NFL.
I didn't realize it was Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It's gonna be
I thought
fun.
this was- I thought this
Yeah.
was going to be a runaway New England win, but Dart didn't play last week, did he?
No, he missed a couple.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's still gonna be a runaway win.
You think?
I believe so. The Giants defense isn't bad, but I don't think they can score.
I think the Patriots are kind of legit. Unfortunately, they're legit.
I think they are legit.
Yeah. I hate it.
Yeah.
We'll never run the AFC East.
We're the hottest team in the AFC East.
Get
Right
out
now.
of here, man.
At the Jets, Steelers, Monday Night Football, the Bengals, Sunday Night Football the week after, the Bucks, and then at New England, who might have the number 1 seed locked up, gentlemen. That's what's next.
All right.
2-3.
The Heat, they play the Clippers tonight at 7:30. They got the Pistons on Saturday, and it wasn't good. It was bad until the final 4 minutes. Miami made a little run at it. They got within 2, but Cade Cunningham is
The real
a
deal.
hooper.
Yeah.
He's a hooper.
I bet you'll see Coach L tonight at the Kaseya Center.
With the Clippers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a good call by you.
Yeah.
Clippers are terrible.
Yes, they really are.
That's crazy.
They really are.
They have too much talent to be that bad.
Well,
Well, those guys are hurting like Aaron Rodgers. They're all old.
yeah.
The Heat, by the way, made the NBA Cup knockout round. They'll play the Magic next Tuesday. Tonight, Heat Clippers is at 7:30 p.m. You got Patriots hosting the Giants, 7.5-point favorites at home. And the Panthers are back at home mañana. Your weather in South Florida, brought to you by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Root AC systems. Visit chillzoneac.com. Right now, hot, humid, cloudy. That's your weather.
All right. It's a Victory Monday here. We'll keep talking football. Hey, let me talk about Perfect Choice Roofing, though. Maybe you're looking to get nailed. I mean, they've got shingles. Just something. Get your mind out of the gutter. Maybe you need a new roof. Over the last 20 years here in South Florida, I've had to replace roofs on 2 homes that I've owned. And I'll tell you something, if your home needs a new roof or even just a repair, my guy Party Peter at Perfect Choice Roofing has you covered. Remember the website, roofhotline.com. Perfect Choice Roofing. I always tell you they offer instant range estimating, so you can get a price range of your new roof within 30 seconds, and you could see different roof options at the same time. And again, all you have to do is visit roofhotline.com. Like I said, maybe you don't need an entire new roof. I hope you don't. Maybe you just need some repairs. Any homeowner knows a couple shingles go bad here, there. Maybe you hired a pressure cleaning company and they ruined some shingles or tiles on the roof. And I say that because that happened to me once. And the guy was like, I got out of there and they had just finished pressure cleaning the roof, and I'm looking on the driveway. There's shingles there. I'm like, should there be shingles on the driveway? And the guy's like, oh, yeah. I mean, my fault for hiring a guy that's just driving down the street in the neighborhood. But he's like, oh, yeah, that happens sometimes. I'm like, it does? Maybe throttle back the pressure cleaner. Anyway, long story. But that can become a major problem, and you don't want it to become a major problem. So you can take care of it now at roofhotline.com. Party Peter and roofhotline.com, they've got you covered. There is no job they can't do. You're obviously looking for a reliable company. You want one that offers the best manufacturer warranty, like a 30-year warranty. You need to contact Perfect Choice Roofing at roofhotline.com. Again, whether it's an entire new roof or just a repair, Party Peter and Perfect Choice Roofing have you covered. All you have to do is visit that website right now. It is roofhotline.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Jimmy, you know how to make a hot tea?
No, I do not.
You know the ingredients of tea.
Water.
Bam, bam, bam. Reminds me of a dancer I once knew named Susudio.
What are they saying?
Susudio?
What is that?
I don't know. I believe it's a made-up word that Phil Collins was looking to match syllables. He had written the music. If I remember correctly from what I read, he had used that kind of as a placeholder, and he decided that it sounded pleasing and stuck with Susudio.
See, I was two ways. It was going to be me just being stupid and not knowing, or it was going to be a real story to it, because I never knew what the hell they're talking about.
I may have made the story up, but it is a decent story.
It sounds good.
No, I think you're right though. That it's just like gibberish.
It's gibberish, yeah. Where he literally had written this song and Susudio fit, but he knew that wasn't a name or whatever. So he's like, I'll use that as a placeholder and I'll continue to craft it. And then just decided, well, I'll go with Susudio.
So he was mumble rapping before it happened.
He was mumble rapping before mumble rap was a thing. Let me read you this thing from Dan Radakovich. Let me remind everybody, too, the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival returns to Daytona International Speedway May 7th through the 10th, featuring Guns N' Roses, Foo Fighters, My Chemical Romance, Godsmack, and more. And we've got a chance for you to win a pass for all 4 days. This is a huge prize, and we'll give you a different code word every day to text in and enter the contest. The code word today is ROCK, R-O-C-K. Text it to 20357. That's 20357. Text the word ROCK. And if you want more info, go to WQAM.com. Tickets are available for sale at welcometorockville.com. It is a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Do not text and drive. So Dan Radakovich sent out just kind of like a graphic. He also has done a newsletter explaining, obviously he's lobbying for the Hurricanes to get in the college football playoffs, but the graphic just has some stats on it where if you look at it, and again, I guess you could do this with any team, but they have outscored their opponents this season 409 to 166. That is a huge differential.
It is.
They are 10-2 on the season, 6-2 in the ACC. Common opponents against the field, Notre Dame, right? And head-to-head, Miami won. That was a top 10 win when they beat them. They had the common opponent of Stanford. Miami beat Stanford by 35. Notre Dame beat them by 29. Now, Syracuse, Notre Dame won by 63. Remember, they put up 70 at the end of the season, which was a great style victory, no doubt. Miami beat Syracuse by 28, but Notre Dame beat them by 63. Pitt, Miami beat Pitt just this week by 31. Notre Dame beat them by 22. NC State, Miami beat NC State by 34. Notre Dame beat them by 29. So 4 common opponents and a head-to-head matchup against Notre Dame. Miami beat them head-to-head and beat 3 of their 4 common opponents by more points. Florida State, head-to-head. Alabama. Alabama, common opponent. Florida State. Miami beat Florida State by 6. Alabama lost to them by 14. Texas. Common opponent?
UF.
Florida. Miami beat them by 19. Texas lost to Florida by 8. I mean, there's some real valuable data here that leads you to something. I'm reading some of the other stuff in here.
The Notre Dame one is, I don't say the best argument, but whatever. It's the one they talk about the most because they're not in a conference. I can't even argue SEC with them. They don't have a lot of great teams that they played this season. They have maybe 2 quality wins, and y'all whoop their ass when y'all on the same field together. That's the frustration. That's why I think we've heard for a couple hours today.
The 2 losses on the Dan Radakovich graphic, SMU in overtime by 6 points in overtime. Louisville by 3 points. Their 2 losses this year were by a total of single digits.
Yeah.
20-plus points and 300-plus yards in every game this season. Power conference opponents averaged 15 points this season. They have a top 20 offense in the country, top 10 defense in the country. They have top projected draft picks up the wazoo.
Mm-hmm.
That's my own editorial. The wazoo.
Yeah, Trey Wingo.
And they have, in all honesty, one of the most exciting players in all of college football in Malachi Toney.
That's true.
It's hard to imagine the college football playoffs is better without Miami. And I'm not even asking for a pity entrance. They deserve it. Like, this is why it's so maddening.
Mm-hmm.
By almost every statistical point, they deserve to be there. By the eye test, they deserve to be there. And by the personnel that they're putting out on the field, they deserve to be there.
That's why I asked about the draw, because it's some reason why they're disrespecting the Canes. Radakovich did a great job with those numbers.
Yeah.
That was a lot of stuff I didn't even know. The head-to-head, the point differentials and all, and that's what this committee is supposed to be looking at. Why are the Canes not respected as the other teams are? They used to be. This isn't Butch Davis Canes anymore. This is after Al Golden. This is after all those guys.
But what I think it is, like, again, if you're saying why aren't they as respected as Notre Dame? I mean, Notre Dame is Notre Dame. You're never going to achieve that. Notre Dame is an iconic collegiate brand. It's a brand associated with college football and Americana and, doing the right thing. Remember the Catholics versus convicts? Like, there's so like, if you're trying to say, how come the Canes don't have as much national support and recognition and excitement as Notre Dame? They never will. No one ever will. Notre Dame is a unique brand. It's why they're able to be an independent college football program. That's how well respected and loved that brand is. They don't need a conference.
No.
There's almost no teams that could do that.
And I've been to South Bend, and they only have like 8,000 students to put national championship teams on the field and be able to recruit them. Like, it is a total different thing. Is it maybe because there's nobody? When I was coming out, UM wasn't Notre Dame. You're talking about like the national respect. But I'm looking at Ed Reed. I'm looking at Ray Lewis. I'm looking at Calais was young. I'm looking at Frank. I'm looking at CP. I'm looking at Willis. I'm looking at Andre Johnson. There are Canes.
Number one pick in the NFL draft this season. Number one overall pick in the NFL draft. And who's coming out? Ruben Bain, Mesidor, Carson Beck. All these guys are going to be drafted, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe, but who's the last one? Before Cam, was it?
Well, why do we have to keep moving the goalposts?
I'm saying,
like, you literally had the number one overall draft pick last season.
Respect was built. It's built where, they got back last year with Cam. Now you're seeing Ruben Baines, and Ruben Baines was my favorite player in college football.
How many times do you have to beat Notre Dame to get respect? I mean, don't you just have to beat them the one time during the season?
I'm on your side. It seems like the disrespect is deeper than on the field point differential.
Yeah, but the reality is Notre Dame, sure, their cachet in terms of brand is way bigger than Miami's, but Miami's like one of the only brands, even despite them not being as successful as some of the other teams, can still like hold a candle to the top programs in the country. The reality is, though, like Alabama has been dominant since the late 2000s, and that brand holds way more cachet in the sense of like people thinking they belong with the best teams. And Notre Dame does as well because they were in a championship game last year, and Miami hasn't. They haven't had that type of success. And I also think there's some bias against Miami. Like to totally throw that out,
always has been,
is ridiculous in my Crowder. There
bias
is,
towards what the convicts and Catholics bias. What bias?
No. People don't think Miami belongs in the conversation. The brand of Miami, the Hurricanes, the U belongs in the conversations with college football royalty, which is goes back a long time. But Hoch, it's not only that. I think Miami hasn't been as good, but what's funny here is that they don't want to give them the chance to be good anymore. Like, they don't want to put them in the situation.
The more I think about it too, though, like, like if you're doing where are the draft picks? When are the last top Notre Dame draft picks?
I think they're on
Rocket Ismail. I don't know.
No,
I honestly don't know.
They had a bunch of defenders go last, but to your point, it wasn't Cam Ward. It wasn't Heisman Trophy winner. It wasn't number one.
They were in the national championship game a year ago.
My thing about the draft picks was Notre Dame. I don't know if y'all want to admit it because they're messing over the Canes. Their brand is bigger than their team success.
1,000 times.
It's Notre Dame.
1,000 times.
That's what Notre Dame is.
But it still has to, like, you go back to the Hurricanes with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and go, that's the Miami. Notre Dame was built on Newt Rockne in 1875. No offense to Brady Quinn and Chris Zorich, but I mean, what are we doing here?
I think the Canes were built on players more than I don't think It's All About the U is a song that's played anywhere else but here. It's not all about the U around the nation.
But people know that the
from
Hurricanes
Miami.
brand.
It's not. You could find a Yankees hat. You could find a Yankees hat anywhere in the world.
Crowder,
you're not finding a Hurricanes hat in California or Texas.
Oh, yes, you are.
Yes,
you are. 100%.
Yes, you are.
I travel all the time.
No, you are.
Definitely.
You
Tell me what the hell you talking about. You think
you
think that the U is world? Not
yes.
world. We won't go world. Nationwide.
Yeah.
Known. I think y'all are.
100%.
Yeah,
no. It's why they're constantly on national TV. It's why Paul Feinbaum, even when they're asked, spends segments talking about the Miami
I got to
Hurricanes.
tell you, there's no question in my mind that more Hurricanes hats and more Hurricanes apparel is sold nationally than the Gators, LSU, and Ole Miss combined.
The Canes are beating SEC sales.
Yes.
You're crazy.
Nationally.
You're crazy. Well, look, you're crazy.
Absolutely. I don't know if you can break it down nationally, but I guarantee
there's no chance.
Crowder, Miami
you
plays
think there's
at
a
Cal
bunch of
last
people
year.
in Philadelphia saying, let's go Canes.
Yes.
I can, boy, that Brad Kaya.
Yes.
They travel better than any ACC program without
They don't even go to their own games.
Yeah, that was a bad argument.
No, but it's true. It's true. But you're right. They don't. But the people who live in California, the people who live in Virginia, they're Canes fans. Why are they Canes fans? Because they grew up watching the late 80s, early 2000s, early 90s Canes that were dominant. The same reason the Dolphins have a ton of fans in Europe, because they grew up watching Dan Marino.
Well, I just think that national fandom is built from teams over the years that you were exposed to over and over and over again. And in the 80s and 90s, I mean, early 2000s, that was Miami. They were Alabama, the way that we see Alabama now. So you can't all of a sudden say that just drops off a cliff. That's where it comes from. It's built from that.
That was when was the last success? What was that? 2002?
But that's my point.
23 years ago.
That was
fellas.
my point. That's why they're losing these types of battles. Notre Dame, even though they haven't won a natty, they've been in the natty. Alabama, even though this year maybe they're not as good as those teams, for the past 15 years, they were there. Every single year, they're in that conversation. So people are looking at the Canes saying, no, the U's not back. You have to prove it to us. Well, guess what? You're not giving us the opportunity to go prove it to you.
Well, you got to get to the ACC title game. Like you got to handle it yourself. But guess who else has never been to an ACC title game?
Oh,
Notre Dame. I'll take that as a dub. I'll take that as a dub. I mean, if you do them head to head, neither team has been in an ACC title game.
Neither of them have won the ACC.
Cheetah Pompano is a great spot to watch a game or a fight. They got HD TVs throughout the club, VIP areas, 4 stages of entertainment, and the most beautiful ladies in South Florida. And you know, Cheetah Pompano has an amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. Happy hour specials till 6. I mean, what's better than football, girls, and beer every Sunday and Monday night? Oh, that's tonight. Enjoy hundreds of beautiful, exotic referee and cheerleader adult entertainers at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Watch the games while you enjoy the coldest beer in town. Lots going on during the month of December at Cheetah Pompano and Cheetah Palm Beach. Saturday, December 13th, is the 6th annual Michael A. Vera Rodriguez Medal of Honor 5K run and walk. That's at the Hollywood Beach Broadwalk, and you can register to run or walk in it at fun5krun.org. Fun5krun.org. And then once again this month, Cheetah Pompano and Cheetah Palm Beach will help local families in need by giving away 2,000 free turkeys on Monday, December 22nd. They'll do that in the parking lots at both Cheetah Pompano and Cheetah Palm Beach. So if you're struggling a little this holiday season, the 2,000 turkeys will be given away starting at 11 a.m. Monday, December 22nd in the parking lots at Cheetah Pompano and Cheetah Palm Beach. It's Cheetah's way of making sure everyone has a happy holiday season. For all the details, just check out cheetahsofl.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Got a horse running at Saratoga? Give me anything. You got a lottery ticket? You got some numbers? What do you got? It is the first of the month. Well done, Jimmy. So Mike Cunha is going to join us this hour. We will talk some Miami Dolphins with him. We're going to get some headlines. So I bet I had a bad day gambling on the Dolphins. I had Dolphins -5. They won by 4. I had Devon Achane 32.5 yards receiving. He didn't get a catch.
Nope.
He didn't have one reception.
He want Tua to throw it.
This Tua, man.
Just give it to him.
Man. So, and then I had one other loser. What was it?
Did you get suckered in by Darren Waller over on receptions?
No.
Because it was 2.5.
Appel did.
I had a parlay. Dolphins to cover 5.5. Achane over, I think it was 79.5 rushing yards, and Waller over 2.5 receptions.
Thought you had it.
No. I had it in, and I was going to put a unit on it, and I'm like, this is it. And I said, you know what? Dolphins aren't going to cover. There's no shot. Like, I don't trust this team to cover.
That was a good move by you. Remember what Appel told us last week because he had been on the Saints game?
Saints, the defense are going to be pesky.
He said they're just going to be a pest, right?
Yeah.
That they're going to hang around. Somehow it's just going to be annoying by the end. I literally couldn't have handicapped that game any better. That analysis was so spot on. But anyway, I had that. So I had lost. So now I decide I'm just going to chase in the late game. And the late game, I see this quarterback that Minnesota is trotting out there. What's his name? Brosmer? Max Brosmer.
Never seen him before in my life.
That was my point. And Seattle's a decent team. And Minnesota's been bad with the quarterbacks who they thought were good.
Yes.
So now they trot out this guy Brosmer. So now I take 2 units and I put it on Seattle -11.5. This is a live bet. The game was already underway. I don't know if the line was 12 because I think Seattle had the ball at like their own 3. So I think I had I was able to shave a half point off it. So I put everything on Seattle laying the points, and you guys saw what happened there. I mean, this Brosmer made one of the worst passes in the history of the NFL. But this is crazy. From Bleacher Report, in week 12, J.J. McCarthy had a 34.2 QBR. In week 13, yesterday, Max Brosmer had a 32.8 QBR. If you spiked the ball every play, it would be a 39.6 QBR. That's crazy.
It's wild.
That is nuts. Anyway, I think
they were going against the quarterback that they said, we're okay.
I watched
we're
at the end of the
go.
game. They had Kevin O'Connell and what's his name?
Sam
Darnold were talking after the game, and I'm thinking to myself, you dummy.
Mm-hmm.
I saw someone tweet it out. It was like Kevin O'Connell bought into his own hype, which is, hey, every quarterback seems to look good under me. I can do, I can make it happen with any quarterback. And you gave up 2 decent quarterbacks, maybe 3, because we had talked about who was on the roster. Was it Daniel Jones was on the roster?
Daniel Jones was last year on the roster.
Yeah. So I have a confession. I spent Thanksgiving up in Tampa with my son and a family friend and obviously my wife, and we did Thanksgiving up there. I was telling Solana before the show started. Aronde got in my head last week when he was talking about traditional Thanksgiving meals. Because, last year I gave it up and then I forgot what we had, but I finally saw it on my Snapchat, on this day. Lori had made steaks and stuff. So we had steaks and potatoes and all that stuff last year. And this year we were going to be at a restaurant. We're going to stay at the Renaissance. By the way, shout out to Victor Solis, my friend at the Renaissance in Tampa. When I say hooked us up in the presidential suite, it was just unbelievable where we were able to spend Thanksgiving.
I saw a video.
It was really above and beyond. And when we got there, he had left us a charcuterie and a bottle of wine and desserts for my birthday, which had been earlier that week. And just a real, this room was so big. There was a dining room table that sat 10 big chairs that sat 10.
Crazy.
It was great. And I wanted to watch all the games on Thanksgiving Day, and it was perfect. You didn't feel like you were in a hotel room. I felt like I was in my apartment. And then, Friday night, my son roots for the Bears. My wife's from Philly. So it was perfect. So thank you, Victor. And I highly recommend anyone stay at the Renaissance in Tampa, where the International Mall is.
We didn't even talk about it, and we don't have to do it now, but Victor hooked me and my family up as well in the Pickleball Champions Suite, brought us a bunch of cheeses and fruits, a bottle of wine, but also brought my brother and I an enema.
I know that because he had texted it to me, and I forgot to bring it up last week. He had texted me, I'm including this in Solana's welcome basket. And it was a fleet enema.
I had it.
It was great.
Y'all didn't run it back?
Yeah. Oh, of course they ran it back. He doesn't have it.
2 came in the box, actually.
So it was fantastic. But here's what happened. So we ended up having Thanksgiving. Juliana is like a daughter to me. She's been part of our family forever. So, and she goes to USF. So me, Lori, DJ, Juliana, were at the restaurant at the Renaissance called Gabriella's. So my Thanksgiving meal, they had Thanksgiving plates, but my Thanksgiving meal was rigatoni.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's what I went with. I went with rigatoni, and it was a delicious cream sauce, and it was chicken in there, and it was fantastic. And I love when they serve you something in like a cast iron, almost looks like a pan, but like a big, thick, there's something about that. There used to be a place in Boca, it closed. It was called Jimmy C's Pan Pasta. Mm-hmm. And all the pastas they would serve you were in, these hot, sizzling pans. It's the best
wood
way to
underneath?
Eat food. No.
Put like a little thing under it?
No, it was just like that. Well, actually, the table was wood, now that you say it.
I've been there.
So
big money.
The rigatoni was really good. Lori and DJ both got cheeseburgers. Lori got hers with stuffing on the side because they had the traditional Thanksgiving meal. She's very picky, though, about turkey that she eats. And so she likes turkey that's carved off a bird. Mm-hmm. But this was obviously not going to be that. This was probably going to be the breast, like what you said you bought.
Yes.
So then she's like, and I'm like, but you wanted a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. Like we were looking at the menu, and I'm like, hey, get the turkey and get the stuffing. And they had cranberries, all that stuff. And I'm like, but just know that you're not going to love the turkey.
Yes.
And she's like, well, I'm going to ask her if it's processed. I go, you're what? I go, no, you're not. I go, what? You're going to go, is the turkey processed? And she's going to go, I don't know. Let me go ask. And then she's going to go ask somebody who has no idea what you mean by is the turkey processed. And I always say, this is my wife. When she goes to Publix, and she'll go up to some guy who just got to this country and at Publix, they can't tell you no. And she goes, hey, I'm looking for the Yiskor candles. I'm looking for the Shabbos. I'm looking for the Tam Tams, and I want to get a bottle of Manischewitz. And now the person just is walking up and down every aisle. Now we're following this guy.
Un momento.
Yeah, it just like. So I'm like, you're not asking, is the turkey processed? Because whatever answer they give you, I'm telling you, you're not going to like the turkey. So she ended up getting a cheeseburger and got the stuffing on the side. So it kind of satiated her need for something Thanksgiving. And Juliana got a grouper sandwich that was excellent. But that's and we had a traditional Thanksgiving pretzel to start everything.
Not a pretzel. That's weird.
Yeah. So again, this was what we knew, that we were doing a restaurant and we weren't going to have a traditional Thanksgiving meal. But I couldn't get out of my head what Aronde said to us last week. Do you remember what he said to us?
The leftovers.
The leftovers. And he was saying, forget about the Thanksgiving meal. Think about the sandwich that night during the late game. Think about the sandwich the next day when you're watching the Black Friday game. And it's been in my head, right? Got me. He got
He
me.
got you.
He dropped a pearl of wisdom when I least expected it.
Mhm.
Dropped a pearl of wisdom. So I'm sitting there. Now it's the Black Friday game, and I did have some rigatoni in the fridge, but I didn't want to make the rigatoni. And I think I am back next year to a traditional Thanksgiving meal with turkey, stuffing, green bean casserole, mac and cheese, cornbread. I think I'm doing it because of what Arande said, which is the leftovers for the next few days.
That's not bad. We did the traditional and add on. That's what you got to do.
Right. So spice it up a little bit.
We had the turkey. We didn't, like I said, I just got the breast. I didn't get the full bird. Smoked the breast, same way, but smoked the breast. We had the green beans. We had the greens. We had the mac and cheese. We had this mashed potatoes. Oh, I ruined the mashed potatoes.
What'd you do?
So I boiled them, but then I was working because I made them on like Tuesday. So I let them dry out and they were cold. And then I tried to mash them cold. Then they got chunky. So then I thought I was putting in half and half to whip them up.
Yeah.
I put in whipping cream. So then they became all like frothy, like whipped cream.
I think my mother used to make them with heavy cream. I don't know if heavy cream is the same as whipping cream, but heavy cream, like these were deadly. Deadly.
And so, but they were the same little carton from the store. So then I do that. So then now it's all frothy, and I'm like, okay, well, let me put some butter in there to smooth it out. So I melt butter, I put it. Now I'm just pouring sour cream in it, cream cheese.
Those are the best potatoes.
And
I want those. You didn't ruin those. You made those great.
I knew it was a problem because I was making the food. So then when our family came over, I put out the meal and I lay it out on the island. And then, everybody, kids are playing, my mother-in-law, they're in there watching TV, my uncle, everybody. And I say, food served, Thanksgiving. And as everybody walks in the kitchen, they say, are those grits? Are those grits?
Like it was that
it was weird.
Almost liquidy. Like
it was like chunky, but I mashed it and then I got the little.
Because sometimes if you use those fake potato flakes, it can be misconstrued for grits if you don't cook it the right way. But you were using actual potatoes.
Actual potatoes, but once they dried out, and then I tried to mash them with the masher. Then it was chunky. So then I got the little cake maker thinking I'm going to really smooth it out. But now it just gritted it up. Everybody thought they were cheese grits. They were surprised when they tasted potato. I let them ride with the grit.
It happens to sound delicious because I love the heavy cream and the sour cream and the butter. Throw a couple chives on there for show.
Had the bacon with the bacon crumbles. Like I had everything, but the potatoes just weren't potatoing for me.
Make that for
but
me.
We did have stone crabs from Delaware Chicken Farm. That was an appetizer. And the little honey baked ham my uncle brought over. So we had the normal, but we also threw in some curveballs. But you also
got the leftovers.
A little queso.
You got the
made
leftovers.
A little queso. So we had the turkey and everything on Friday, but we also had some spice up Thursday.
That's delicious, man. I've been eating leftovers with bread rolls, making sandwiches, mashed potato, corn casserole, green bean casserole, leftover turkey. No joke. I had some this morning for breakfast because why not?
Yes. You know what? After 2 years, I think I'm back because of Arande. I think I'm back. I want the traditional. I want to see Lori slaving away in that kitchen while I'm betting, and hopefully we'll have online roulette at that point. And I want to do, after 2 years away, I am here to. Don't let me forget this, by the way.
Gotcha.
Because I'll forget this, and then next November we'll roll around and I'll say, no, I'm not doing turkey. No, I'm back. I'm back.
You want some potato grits?
I think those sound great. I think those sound.
Bring you some potato grits.
I think those sound great the way you described it.
Okay, potato grits. Here you come.
What is the deadline on Thanksgiving leftovers?
Mold.
December 20th.
Oh. I ate some greens this morning. To your point, it's
there, man.
It's there. And they're delicious.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's get headlines. Brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
Mold, huh?
Yeah, and
And even then, you just chop it off.
yeah, a little white little circle
You're
gets
fine.
on the mashed potatoes.
You're
Nah.
fine.
Everybody wants to know what is wrong with Tua Tagovailoa. He threw for just 157 yards. The Dolphins did win, by the way. I should start there. But he's thrown for under 200 yards 7 times already this year.
It's his worst season as a pro, yes?
Oh, hands down.
Yeah.
He threw for under 200 a combined 7 times through his first 3 years alongside Mike McDaniel. So over the last 3 years, a combined 7 games he threw for under 200 yards. He was available, obviously. He's done it now 7 times already in this season, and there's still 5 games remaining in the season.
Man.
I'm going to look because I remember what game he gave up on him.
Dolphins.
Baltimore.
Dolphins are 2.5-point favorites, by the way, at the Jets this coming Sunday.
Baltimore game, they were down. He threw the ball 40 times. Last time he went over 23 attempts, 21 attempts. Like they're not putting the ball into his hands anymore. We gave you 40 attempts and you scored 6 points. We're wasting our time. Give the ball to Achane 20 plus times.
I mean, I've talked all day long about the Hurricanes and the eye test. It's the same thing with Tua. I mean, if you have eyes and you're watching the game, he does not look good back there. He doesn't.
Can't move.
Like noticeably different than he has looked. Noticeably different.
Thought about you when Brock Purdy ran the naked bootleg for the touchdown.
My move.
He's Brock Purdy. It's not Michael Vick.
Yep.
Tua can't do that.
Cannot do that.
That I thought about you when I saw Brock Purdy take 18 minutes to go 3 yards.
Imagine Devon Achane, now a quarterback who can run an RPO, and there's an actual threat of running with a fake handoff to Devon Achane.
Didn't want to bring it up earlier because Devon's going to want a lot of money, and is Devon going to take that into account where I don't want to be the main piece of an offense where everybody can concentrate on me.
By the way, I was talking in the last segment about the Hurricanes and Notre Dame, and you were saying, what about the draft? And I was saying Cam Ward, whatever. Somebody points out Liam Eichenberg came right out of Notre Dame, so I may have to change my argument. John Ruth from the Hall of Fame and Museum wanted me to let you know Notre Dame last won a national championship in 1988.
Mm-hmm.
The Hurricanes have won 3 since then.
Oh, I knew that.
All right.
But they've played in 2. To be fair, I'm just saying they've played in 2.
Oh, listen, I mean, if you can't close the deal, I mean, I've talked to plenty of pretty ladies at the bar. I don't go home with them. What's the difference?
Why is Notre Dame so damn famous?
Rudy.
No, seriously. To John's point, they're not just winning national championships. Notre Dame is a football powerhouse, even when they're not good.
They didn't feel, I'm guessing, in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, like a regional football team, which is what everyone rooted for. I'm guessing they were America's team. That felt like America's college football team. And I think it's based off Newt Rockne, correct?
It makes sense. I don't know who Newt Rockne is, but
didn't Ronald Reagan play Newt Rockne in a movie?
So it's why everybody's a Cowboys fan, and they don't know why. It's because those Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman days, it was America's team. Everybody just became to love the Cowboys.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Hoch. You grew up in the Midwest. Is football not a Midwest sport? It's like
yes. I mean now
in the South and everywhere people play football, but
blue collar, cold weather,
like the cornfield kid is going to grow up. Is going to drink Crowder's mashed potatoes. He's going to eat them, and he's going to be a great football player. And the dream was to go play as a good old Catholic boy for Notre Dame.
Yes, correct.
And that's what they're living off the 40s.
Yes.
No,
Newt Rockne is regarded as one of the greatest coaches in college football history. He had over 100 wins and 3 national championships. Newt Rockne died in 1931. So this was...
They're living off the 10s?
The 10s and the 20s, it seems like.
We got to move on.
He was the head. I'm sorry. He played at Notre Dame from 1910 to 1913. He was the head coach at Notre Dame. His national championships were 24, 29, and 1930. So don't tell me when I'm living in the past with the Hurricanes. Bring that same energy to Brady Quinn. All right,
Coach Rockney.
bring that same energy.
Come on, Coach.
Oh, people are pointing out Ronald Reagan played George Gipp, the Gipper. Do it for the Gipper, not Newt Rockney.
And who's George Gipper?
The Gip?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you. Do it for the Gip. George Gipp.
Is that like do it for the gram?
Not
A little less skin.
George.
That's how the gram is when they show off their pieces.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no, you could put anything on Instagram. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do that.
What are you going to put on the gram?
George Gipp, nicknamed the Gipper, was an American college football player at Notre Dame under Newt Rockney.
So the 30s and 40s were big time for Notre Dame.
Seems to be the hot era.
But they had to have been successful in the 70s and 80s because the Hurricanes' biggest rival before it became Florida State was Notre Dame, Catholics versus convicts. And those two games that they played with them in the 80s were massive. I mean, they decided whether or not the Canes were going to the national title game.
George Gipp, the Gipper, died at age 25 of strep throat and pneumonia 3 weeks after a victory over Northwestern in his senior season. And he was the subject of Newt Rockney's "Let's win one for the Gipper" speech.
He was on the team and died of strep throat.
Yeah.
And they won the game for him.
Let's
never knew
win
why
for
they
the
called
Gipper.
it that.
Yeah.
Strep throat?
This is a different time.
This is like 1915. I mean, listen, nowadays people are going to be dying of strep throat again. We're getting rid of all these vaccines, but that's a whole nother story. Back to the Gipper.
They used to die of pink eye back then.
Well, you better look out.
Glad I was born late.
I won't have enough time with Cunha, so let's wrap up the headlines.
Heat play tonight, 7:30. They get the Clippers, final game of this homestand. Inter Miami will play in the MLS Cup final on Saturday.
MLS Trophy, the championship trophy, is going to visit us this week. Very excited about that.
Could you point it out right now?
No. I don't even know what it's called. Is there a special name for the championship match or the trophy?
MLS Cup final. I don't know.
Is that what it is?
I don't know if the trophy has a name or not.
Gold.
I showed Hoch.
I know it's gold.
I showed Hoch the FIFA World Cup trophy because we have some replicas here.
Yeah.
He didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I didn't.
I showed Len,
What's
our
that?
program director, the FIFA World Cup trophy. He didn't know what it was.
It's America.
Miami will play Vancouver in the final. FIU blew out Sam Houston in the regular season finale. They won 7 games in Willie Simmons' first season as a head coach.
Why am I looking on Wikipedia for this when I can text Whittingham?
Yeah, man, you got Willie Simmons thinking I don't like him.
That's you, bro. That's not
No,
me.
that's you. Coach is talking to me online. I'm scared of Willie.
Your weather, sponsored by Chillzone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems. Visit chillzoneac.com. Right now in South Florida, I don't know because Hoch closed the curtains in our studio.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
I apologize.
All right. So do your own research for the weather.
Nice out there.
Check your own app. All right, Mike Cunha from CBS4 going to join us in the next segment. Do one for the Cunha.
Cunha doesn't
I
eat
mean,
any
win
food.
one. Win one for the Cunha.
Okay. He can't. Cunha can go to Delaware. I don't know what he eat because he doesn't eat groceries. They do have crackers, Cunha. Go to Delaware for the crackers. Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. They really have all the delicious food. Lamb, beef, veal, pork, poultry, duck, turkey, lobster, shrimp, fish, alligator, venison, crabs, clams, oysters, scallops. They have it all. I got the stone crabs for Thanksgiving. They were delicious, fresh. They cracked them for me. Had the sauce on the mustard sauce on the side. It's amazing. You love stone crabs, get them from Delaware, and you have a way better price than some of them restaurants. Restaurants are crazy, but get all your food. Go to DelawareChicken.com to see the entire menu. They have burgers, sandwiches. They have fried chicken, roasted chicken. You don't feel like cooking. The sides are made in-house daily and fresh right there for you, too. Your meat, your sides. They have dips. You're having people over. The buffalo chicken dip is delicious, but I'm telling you that smoked fish dip. We got the smoked tuna dip. We had a gallon, I think damn near a gallon at the house. It was gone in one day. Everybody came over. I'm telling you, try the smoked fish dip at Delaware. Go to DelawareChicken.com. See the entire menu. You know what you want. Call them in advance. 954-983-6831. That's 954-983-6831. Place your order for any holidays, Hanukkah, Christmas, anytime you're having people over, birthday parties, weddings. Call in advance to have your order package ready. When you get there, they'll bring it out to the car. Curbside delivery is available because all they want to do is get delicious food back to your function. And Yacht Provisions, beautiful yacht on a beautiful day with the best food you can eat. Come on now. You can't beat that. Y'all got to get down to Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. They are located on 441, 1 block south of Sterling Road. When y'all get down there, grab your Crowder powder. They have all 3 blends and tell them Crowder sent you.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I have this fantasy, I've had this for years, of becoming obese and bedridden and just watching TV all day and having people bring me food. All right, get to Cunio in 1 second. First, I want to tell you about my good friends and the amazing award-winning team at Doral Kia. Right now, you can choose from a huge selection of Kia models like Sportage, Sorento, and Telluride. And with over 500 new Kias in their inventory, all you have to do is just pick the color you want. Nobody sells for less. Told you we were up in Tampa. It was our son driving us around all weekend in his Kia K4, which we bought at Doral Kia. Mitchell, the king of Kias, will take great care of you. He took great care of the Hochmans. He will take great care of you as well. So why pay more, save money, and pay less? The great deals are at Doral Kia. The Lane Kiffin introductory press conference will be getting underway momentarily. Mike Cunio is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. You see him anchor sports here on CBS 4 in Miami. He hosts Dolphins Weekly Live and the Dolphins postgame show on CBS. And you see him nationally on CBS Sports HQ. How about that? Hello, Cunio.
What's up, Hoch? How's it going?
I mean, a lot. There's a lot going on. It's a content-rich environment, Cunio.
Oh, football's king right now.
Football is king right now. So much stuff. The Dolphins win rung a little hollow. I think we've come to the conclusion 2 hours and 35 minutes into the show. So what's wrong with Tua?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. What I will say, what's amazing though, and I think you have to give head coach Mike McDaniel and the Dolphins credit, is they have a young left side of the offensive line. They had a right side of the offensive line that was mangled with injuries, and yet they still leaned into the running game, figured out something with Daniel Brunskill, and Devon Achane's a 1,000-yard rusher 12 weeks into the season, 12 games into the season, and it's kind of their calling card. They've gone from like this finesse passing team to all of a sudden they're running the ball down people's throats. And I know it's not perfect all the time, but to have all that influx on the offensive line and for them to still say, no, we're going to do this and do it and have that kind of success and it be the backbone of the offense right now, I think that's kind of impressive.
Is it impressive, Mike, if they were forced into it? Because to the point about Tua, where I don't know if he's capable of throwing the ball 35 times and having a 70% completion percentage, or like doing things that those great quarterbacks do. Are you impressed by them running the ball a lot because that's what they have to do and their best player is Devon Achane?
What's the saying? Necessity is the birthplace of invention, something like that. I mean, look, if you can't consistently throw the ball down the field and make the plays in the passing game, then you've got to figure out other ways to win ball games. And that's where I think they certainly deserve the credit. Now, it's not anything new that they've used Achane. Obviously, last year he had a bunch of yards and a bunch of production, but it's just if that's what's going to win you ball games and you're going to hang your hat on it, stick with it. And basically, Tua just don't make the killer mistakes at this moment until they figure things out. But at the same time, a quarterback who makes $50 million a year at some point has to elevate your football team. I'm not giving him an out here. There's going to be a game where the Dolphins are going to have to throw their way back into it to either come back or win it or put it away. And that's going to fall on his shoulders. And he needs to play better to make that happen. No doubt about that. But I do want to give them credit for at least coming up with something in the run game that can carry this team. And it's helped them, in this 3-game stretch.
I'm with you, Cunio, because I think the offensive line deserves a ton of credit as well, based on how well they've been playing. And clearly they're getting healthier. So I'm with you on giving credit. But big picture here for Tua, is there a direction or is there a path for you that changes his future with the Miami Dolphins other than him just like out of nowhere, snap of the finger, looking like Tua from 2023? Because the way I look at it here, I don't know if you agree, this version of Tua Tagovailoa might be just the version of Tua we're going to get from here on out.
Yeah, that's what is worrisome. Like you have to and that's the other thing is it's not like the offense is devoid of weapons now with Darren Waller coming back. The fact that he got 1 or 2 targets yesterday, that has to change. He is such a mismatch. Call players, not plays, right? Get the ball to those guys. Make it easier on your quarterback. If the offense, for whatever reason, is not clicking with him at the moment. I don't know. That's why I said at the beginning of this, if you make $50 million a year, you're expected to elevate not only the offense, but the team. That is what that price tag comes with. It has to improve. I mean, if we're going to look at this and the Dolphins are at the end of the year and they're a game or two away from the postseason and they can't figure it out offensively because they can't throw the ball in 2025, then that's a problem. And that's going to have to be addressed. That is just the bottom line business of the NFL that will have to be looked at in the offseason.
Cunio, do you buy into any of hey, they've won 3 in a row, the 4 out of 5. This is a hot team at the end of the season.
Yeah, I do. I'm more and more in on them. And the reason I say that is because of, I think the 3 wins all looked a little different. Now, yesterday was really ugly, but you've gotten a blowout win against the Bills, and then you found ways to win games. And in the NFL, no matter what the opponent is, oftentimes they will come down to one possession, one score games, and you still have to find ways to win the game. And the fact that you got Terrell Dodson out there calling plays on defense that ends up being a winning play that Minka Fitzpatrick makes, like, these are the things that you look for in the guys you have to rely on. And I like that they're able to figure out ways to win the game, where this is a game in September that they probably end up losing.
Yeah, Mike, I was going to say that because the offense is Devon Achane. We all know that. Give him the ball 22 times. He has 134 yards. Tua threw it 23 times. They had 150-something. But defensively, did we play, I don't know how the man's last name, Shuck. It has a C or K in it. It's Shohei, H-O-E. I don't know what the hell his name is.
Shohei, you got it.
Shohei.
Shuck, yeah.
Oh, Shuck.
Shohei, you nailed it.
And Marcus Mariota. But we did beat Josh Allen. Is the defense improving, or are we playing bad offense?
Well, I mean, Marcus Mariota pushed that Denver Broncos defense to whatever the word is, to the brink yesterday. Yeah. So it's not like
a couple of wordsmiths on this show.
Man, I swear,
Shuck is taking it to the brink.
Man, yeah, to the brim, to the brink. I don't know. I just, as soon as I started stumbling, I knew it was going to completely derail whatever the hell this question was about. And now at Solana, I get it now.
Yeah,
it happens. I totally understand. I have no idea what we're talking about.
Where are we going with Mariota to the brim?
I was watching over the weekend. Solana just came up on my feed telling us about who was it? Who was the old Dolphins receiver? Little scrappy white guy. He had to do his he had to do his physical at Duels Airport.
Duels.
That was your story, Cunio, jackass. You got me you put me in a brutal position.
Dulles Gate. Yeah.
Have you ever seen that clip, Cunio? I was crying laughing over the weekend.
Yeah.
Who's the receiver?
River
Craycraft.
Yeah. That was your story. I was reading Cunio's story from CBS 4.
Amazing
when he was over in Madrid.
Pronounced Craycraft, but he couldn't get Dulles right. Anyway, what were we saying?
Who knows? I don't know.
Defense got better. We got it.
Yeah, look. The defense has gotten better. But I like what Jordan Brooks said after the game yesterday, that they still had a lot of things to clean up. And they certainly do. As ugly as that game was, they did allow Tyler Shohei Ohtani get back into the game. And that's one where you look at a rookie quarterback on the other side and coming out of the half down 16, and you just got to put them away. And that's, I think, the next evolution for the Dolphins and that defense is just learning how to put teams away when you're up. They played with fire a little bit yesterday, and that's why I said I think that's a game in September they lose, but they were able to figure it out at the end of the day.
Hey, so Cunio, now that we're a couple games away from the end of the season, is this more of a defensive team in your mind or an offensive team? Because you and I have gone back and forth. What's the identity of this team?
Yeah.
And it was, Achane or bust, and it very well may still be Achane or bust, but what is now the identity of the Miami Dolphins in your mind?
That was a question you and I kept asking each other right in the beginning part of the year. I think the identity now is they are a run-first team, and what they need, an identity they need to shed, though, is the fact that they can't score in the red zone. I think they're like 1 for 5 in their last 2 games in the red zone. Don't let that overshadow what you do between the 20s, because that could, in fact, be your downfall when these games get tighter. And we saw it yesterday. The fact that they were putting up 3s instead of 7s, that became a big issue in that game, and that's what allowed the Saints to come back.
I just read an incredible tweet, and I'm checking to see this guy, Wes Steinberg. It says NFL and New York Giants insider, but is that for real? He's got 23,000 followers. It says defensive end Abdul Carter will miss the first drive tonight for disciplinary reasons after getting caught watching porn in a team meeting when his headphones disconnected.
Oh, no.
Motivation, whatever it takes, they said.
I mean, you got to study game film. You want to perform.
A big night ahead of it.
Is that, you think that's any chance that that's a true report?
I don't think so.
Seems a little too detailed, right?
What was on the computer screen
Yeah.
wouldn't be told.
I don't think so.
That ever happened at the CBS4 newsroom?
No, but I will say a funny story. In college, like finals week, everyone goes to the library to, everyone's pulling all-nighters. And it happened to someone where someone opened their computer and it was like the last thing they were watching at home before came to the library. As soon as they open and they close the computer and just immediately walk out of the library. And it's just like everyone starts cheering and clapping. And just it's such a bad moment at like midnight on a college campus.
Yeah, I have made the pact with myself. There are moments where I will absolutely launch my phone or computer right off the balcony into the pool if push comes to shove. There are moments. We'll leave it at that. Cunio.
Good. This is where this always goes with me, and I hate it.
Jimmy, you've got some great stories of being caught watching porn, don't you, Jimmy?
No.
Are you sure? I feel like that's happened here at the station. All right, don't worry about it, Jimmy. Hurricanes belong in the college football playoffs, Cunio, and I know you went through something similar with your FSU Seminoles.
Oh man, I feel so bad for Ole Miss. I really hope they don't get let out of the top 12 because Lane Kiffin left.
But there's precedent. There's precedent. It's the same thing that happened to you.
There is, but I hated it when it happened to Florida State, and I'll hate it for them too, because that is so unfair, because they did nothing but go out and do what they had to do on the field, which is where this should all be decided. This whole saga is so disappointing on so many levels, and maybe the worst part about it is you have like former college football and pro players saying, "Oh no, look at the eye test." Like, instead of settling it on the field, how I think athletes all want everything settled on the field, they're some of the loudest voices in this against, the head-to-head resume between Miami and Notre Dame are former players. I think that's incredibly disingenuous.
Well, I don't like it. I don't like it for Ole Miss, but I'm really more concerned with the Hurricanes. I think they're getting hosed. Someone's
going to get hosed here, whether it's Ole Miss, Miami, or BYU. Someone's going to have like their entire season ruined by a bunch of dudes in a boardroom.
If we stayed at 4, we wouldn't argue about 13 or 12.
I get that argument, but also if you finish the season 10-2 and have beaten Notre Dame, Florida State, like, you did all right. Like, you passed the eye test of being a college football playoff team. Like, they did fine. I don't want to lose those 2 games either. They probably could have tried to win that SMU game in regulation. Like, there's obviously moments, but man, you had a 10-win team, and your wins against the hardest opponents were all there. So
yeah, no, and listen, Notre Dame had a bad loss on their schedule last year, Northern Illinois, and they went all the way to the national championship game. That still should not be the determining factor what keeps Miami out. That's what's the shame in all this.
There you go, Mike Cunio from CBS4. Thank you, Cunio.
You got it, guys.
All right, there you go. 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour is coming up next. Solana's got to get out of here, right? You got to go to the Kaseya Center?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'll do your headlines in the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour, and we will continue talking football as well.
If the Canes make it or not, you can celebrate or mourn at Tootsie's. I tell y'all all the time, if you're having a good time, you're having a bad day, head to Tootsie's and it will lift you up or it will keep the party going. The largest strip club in the world, and they're open from noon till 6 a.m. That's 18 hours of fun, delicious food, great entertainment. They have food specials every single day, $100 bottles, half-price drinks every day until 8 p.m. They have the entertainment, 2 levels of beautiful entertainers, large sports bar in the back with pool tables, 4 spacious full liquor bars. I'm telling you, head to Tootsie's Cabaret. Watch the football, basketball, every sport. Baseball, hockey, soccer, MMA, polo, the cornhole. They have dozens and dozens of TVs in Tootsie's, and you got to head over there. Check it out. You will have a great time. And on Sundays from noon till 5 p.m., it is a $10 tailgate takeover menu. I always tell y'all, go there before the game and tailgate. Don't worry about the rain, the weather, the bugs, anything like that. But on Sundays from noon to 5 p.m., they have a tailgate takeover menu. Chicken wings, smash burger fries, fried shrimp fries, cheese pizza, and chicken nachos. Only $10 from noon to 5 p.m. on Sundays. Head to Tootsie's Cabaret. Game days, the Hard Rock Stadium is right around the corner from Tootsie's. Beat the traffic. Go to Tootsie's, chill for an hour or two, have a good time. You're not going to see the traffic on the way home. Go to Tootsie's. You have to head to TootsiesCabaret.com for more information.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Text threads are meant for pictures of Jimmy's hot dog. Yeah, Jimmy. It's December, baby.
I like this song.
Oh, this is great.
Crank
Crank it up, Jimmy.
That's not the words.
It's close. I could not be happier.
Man.
It is December. It's the holiday season. Get a little mi burrito. Let's go.
This little kid get royalties?
It's a great question.
You know, worried about the workers.
Lane Kiffin's having his introductory press conference right now.
That boy, paper thin.
He prayed to God before the press conference that he would have the right words to say.
God told him to go to LSU.
He's Betty Davis then.
God, he talked to the Lord.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. So a couple things coming up. Obviously, we're playing a little holiday music there. If you are in charge of the holiday party for your office, your workplace, I mean, Funky Buddha, the tap room in Oakland Park, look out, man. They've got space for 15 to 500 people. And then you'll have catering by executive chef Jeff Vincent. And they do book up quickly. So lock in your date now at funkybuddha.com. But if you are responsible for your company's holiday party, Funky Buddha, you will have a good time there. Chef Jeff, I just texted him now. Admittedly, I should probably do this before 5:05 every Monday that rolls around. And I want to know who the Eat the Enemy opponent's dish is. And they play the Jets this Sunday, the Dolphins. So we'll find out in a second. What did they do for the first Jets meeting? Do you recall?
No, I forget. No, wasn't it some sandwich? A warm meat sandwich.
Like a pastrami or
One
something?
of those, yeah.
I think you might be right. You go back here in time, call it the text thread.
One of them deli sandwiches.
Let's see. I probably, again, could have done this before. Lobster rolls.
New England.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a hot meat sandwich.
Yeah, I think it may have been pastrami. I think you're right. Yeah. Anyway, we'll find out. Chef Jeff will get back to me. But a lot going on at Funky Buddha, including Dan Day tonight. Dan Day hosts trivia on Monday nights, and he will be there tonight. I was just talking to him outside in the hallway. So go to Funky Buddha tonight, watch a little Monday Night Football, do a little trivia with Dan Day. What else did I see going on? They've got Cyber Monday going on. So an extra exclusive 15% discount for Cyber Monday on their online store at funkybuddha.com. Use the code CYBER15.
I don't do Cyber Monday.
You should get in on it.
No, it's ploy.
And tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. So if you're going to
for
giving charity, you got to give some.
I'll get a part of that,
right? So you're doing like holiday shopping on Black Friday, and then Saturday I think is local business Saturday, small business Saturday, and now you've got Cyber Monday today, all your online deals, and then tomorrow you give back for the holiday season. Tomorrow is Giving Tuesday.
I'll do Giving Tuesday because that's nice, but you know me, I like to overdraw my bank account just to be in control of my money.
Oh, you should do that for a charitable discount. That'd be funny.
But but like I have to go shopping on Friday. Now I got to go online on Monday because you tell me to. I'm in control.
Interesting. All right. Well, just make sure you get your holiday shopping done at some point. I don't know what's going on. You do any Cyber Monday shopping, Jimmy?
Few things.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I
couple subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Both.
How was your 40th birthday? A lot of people wanted to know. Did you make it? We know that you made it in time, but you left here. It was about 4:45 on. Was it Friday?
It was Wednesday.
Wednesday. That's right, on your birthday, and then you got to the Panthers game on time.
Yes, we got there on time. We parked at like around 6:15.
You had your pub sub in the car.
Actually, we had tenders.
Oh, you got
We
tenders.
got tenders instead.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was delicious.
All right.
And we went inside the arena like around like 6:45.
And then they lost.
Yes, they lost.
Terrible birthday party for you.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
But you grabbed something that night, though, ain't it?
Yeah.
My boy Jimmy.
A couple more subscriptions. All right. Let's do headlines here. Solana's on his way to the Kaseya Center. He will have preheat beginning at 6:15 this evening. Headlines brought to you by Durrell Kia, home of the Pricito. Our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Kia or DurrellKia.com. So we've talked a lot about the Dolphins. Dolphins beat the Saints yesterday, 21-17. They are 5-7 on the season, which is ridiculous based on the way that they started. They've got a 3-game winning streak working. They've won 4 out of their last 5. They don't have much of a chance to make the playoffs. I didn't, not that I think anybody really thinks, even though they're in the Hunt graphic. David Furones in the Sun Sentinel had tweeted out, the Dolphins didn't get any help Sunday with the Jaguars, Chargers, Bills, and Texans all winning. They are 3 games out with 5 weeks remaining. Their playoff chances, according to the New York Times and The Athletic, the playoff predictor, are less than 1% and only a 15% chance of making the playoffs if they win out and end 10-7. So even if they end 10-7, which would be remarkable, and they win out, they still have a very, very slight chance of making the postseason.
With you can't be the 3rd best team in just your division.
And by the way, it's probably merciful that they wouldn't make the playoffs. And again, I want them to because I like postseason football and give me a playoff game any day of the week. But they really had a nail biter against New Orleans. New Orleans, I don't know if you saw their record or watched the game. Not a great team. So this season is what it is. But listen, they've won 3 in a row, so I'm not going to hate on that.
And it's funny. I was watching ESPN this morning. They were talking about Pittsburgh, where Pittsburgh's never had a losing season. They've missed the playoffs, but they never had a losing season. Under
Tomlin.
Under Tomlin, their last 6 playoff games, they lost all of them, and they were down by at least 20 points in every one of the games. Their bar is moved from the Dolphins. We just want to make it the playoffs.
Just make the playoffs.
They're making the playoffs and getting whooped. So once you do that, now you want to win that first game. And that's where we're that 500 team, the 9-8 record, 10-7 records are where you don't want to be. That's what they're speaking about with the Steelers. And I think our best is going to be around 8-9, 9-8. It's a tough place to live in this world.
So the Dolphins, they have the Jets on Sunday. That's a 1:00 game in New York. And they are 2.5-point favorites. Hurricanes, and we're going to talk with John Michaels this hour. The Hurricanes, they blew out Pitt. They won on Saturday 38-7. They finished the regular season 10-2. Unfortunately, they're not going to be in the ACC championship game, although they could beat Duke or UVA.
I agree with you.
It is what it is. Duke has 5 losses on the season.
Crazy.
It's crazy. Whole thing is crazy. So we'll see what the college football playoff ranking is tomorrow when it's released, and then we'll find out Sunday after all the conference championship games exactly what's happening.
Auburn didn't help y'all. And they were driving to win.
I know.
Yeah.
Heat and Clippers tonight, 7:30. You can hear the game right here on this very radio station. Would you like to guess the line on tonight's Heat Clippers game?
Heat by 7.5.
That's what I was thinking around there. 6.5. Heat are 6.5-point favorites tonight. Player props. James Harden, 26.5. Kawhi Leonard, 22.5. Tyler for the Heat tonight, 22.5. Norman Powell, 20.5.
See, I'm torn on James Harden because he's down here with a lot of strip clubs.
Always seems to play worse when he has more
entertainment
stuff, in reach.
But he also came out and said the team's terrible and everything's wrong, so he can't go out and play bad after criticizing the whole organization.
Bulls tonight are in Orlando. This Matas Buzelis has fallen off the face of the earth.
And it's Billy D's fault, right?
It's shadow banning him. Uzelis over-under is 13.5 tonight. That dude hasn't sniffed 13 in...
He's a puppy athlete.
I've been winning with these Josh Giddey double-doubles, and I parlayed Giddey over with a Kevin Herter over 11.5. He had 13 the other night. Let me just see what the Giddey double-double is. Minus 185. See, it was minus 250 for a while. Minus 185 isn't the worst, especially if you want to parlay it with something.
If anyone on the Bulls get caught for gambling, they're coming to get you. Who is this guy in Boca betting all these Bulls
all over Giddey double-doubles and
they coming to get you.
Kevin Herter overs.
Yeah, on the way.
Anyway, Heat tonight, and you'll hear the game here. Inter Miami wins the Eastern Conference Final and advances to the MLS Cup Final, which is Saturday. I just found out at 2:30. I thought it would be a primetime game. It's not. So it'll be at Chase Field or Chase Stadium?
Chase Stadium.
Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. That will be Saturday at 2:30. This is it. This is a chance for Leo Messi to win a championship with Inter Miami, which would kind of, again, he's going to be here for a minute.
Yeah.
But it would kind of complete what the task was when they spent all this money and effort to get him.
Isn't it exactly the plan? You win, and then they get in your new new stadium next year.
Yeah.
So you win it. You're coming off a championship to go straight into your newly built stadium, the stadium that Messi built with the championship. Seems like this plan's working out pretty well.
We're going to talk MLS final this week because it is Saturday and it's here. I think we should bring on Safedine. He follows Messi for USA Today. Obviously, we'll bring on Whittingham this week. I had texted Whitty because we know the MLS trophy is going to come visit us this week at the studios. And I texted Whitty, does the MLS trophy have a name? And the trophy, he believes, is called the Philip Anschutz Trophy.
That is correct.
MLS Cup is the name of the final.
Yeah.
Or the trophy, I'm sorry. The final is the MLS Cup and the trophy. Do you know who this Philip Anschutz is, Jimmy?
Well, according to Google, he's an American businessman and a co-founder of Major League Soccer who helped establish and sustain the league.
Oh, I see that. You put that on the chat here. Okay. And the trophy has been created by Tiffany and Company.
Ooh.
And has been awarded since 2008. So there you go.
Let's call the trophy Uncle Phil.
That's a better name.
See if we can get something.
Who's going to go home with Uncle Phil this year?
I like it.
That's a great name. Uncle Phil.
See if we get some legs.
Yeah, Inter Miami trying to get that Uncle Phil. Who do they play?
Yeah,
Vancouver.
the Whitecaps.
Oh.
Yeah.
How did you know that? How did you know that?
Solana said it earlier.
Yeah, but how did you know that? Who's listening to that guy?
I was going to say exactly your question until Solana blurted it out.
All right. Well, I'm excited. I am excited for that. And I will watch that Saturday afternoon 100%. Monday Night Football tonight. Patriots hosting the Giants. Pats are 7.5-point favorites. Lane Kiffin having his introductory press conference right now, by the way.
And the Lord is with him.
And the Lord is with him. What a fraud this guy is.
He said,
man.
get on the plane.
God bless him, but what a fraud.
He just jumped on.
John Michael is going to join us in the next segment. Your weather is sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Ruud AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com. 77 in Miami right now, getting down to the low 70s, 72 on the overnights. And it'll be mid-70s when you wake up tomorrow. Tomorrow, low of 71 and sunny all day in Miami, high of 83. All right, John Michaels from 680 The Fan is next. I'm a big believer in Atlantic Men's Clinic. If you listen to this show on the regular, you know that. I get my testosterone shot once a week. It honestly has changed my life. And you've got the holiday season here, which is full of hustle and bustle. You got a lot of activity. But if your energy is drained and you're not sleeping well and your sex drive is nowhere to be found, then maybe it's tough to feel festive. These could be signs of low testosterone. And if that's what's going on, this is your season to take action and get treated. Low T can cause so many problems: low sex drive, bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog, and more. Many men just attribute these symptoms to aging. there's medical treatments that can give you back your vibrancy. So if you're feeling like that, it's time for you to treat that low T and change your life. And Atlantic Men's Clinic, they really are the experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. So it all begins by you going to atlanticmensclinic.com, taking the low T quiz right there on the website. Takes a minute, and then schedule a consult if you want. You go there, they do your lab work, they have your results within 30 minutes. A Florida licensed medical provider will review your results with you and discuss your options. And Atlantic Men's Clinic, most guys wait a year or longer. There's no need to wait. You want to call them today. There's 7 locations now in South Florida, including their new office in Hollywood. So call them 877-455-7300, 877-455-7300, or visit atlanticmensclinic.com.
Crowder and Solana.
I used to spray paint raccoons and see if they come back in my yard after I catch them.
It's a great move.
WQAM, broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Shop massive savings on a massive Chevy inventory, all backed by Morse at Ed Moore.